Get ready for crits and giggles. With DM Kevin.
Yay! What am I trying to do? I don't even know. And I've lost control. What? I have no idea what we're talking about. Level 17 PC Demon. Now we're banging on all cylinders. Did we just become best friends?
Mike.
Wait, shut your mouth. I made it want to run away when I landed face first from next to it. Ow! Cool, we're a good team.
Austin.
But more better.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And he's down. Okay, then roll 20. Natural 20, no way.
Really?
Might be tired, but I can still hear you.
John.
Whenever I first one did my thing. I never still haven't. Look at me, I'm a cockadoo. I'm a rooster.
Jamie.
Nobody do another perception check because that was a bad idea. Had a hit to the hip went down again.
Used to that.
One got out! Well, I don't want to see him naked. His body looks so happy. I'm gonna write my new character right I have a +2 stomach.
Where the fuck is that at? Is it bad? I've never watched it.
You never watched it?
Get out!
What?
Get out!
Okay. Last we left our heroes, you guys had finished going to the Nightwood, retrieving a comb for Ayla Blackstrand.
My God, are you still talking?
Just started.
Forever.
What the hell?
Anyways, you guys had retrieved the comb. You guys didn't take it
We
to Ayla.
never gave it to her.
We never
Okay,
gave it
I
to
thought
her.
so. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know who has it, but we never gave it to her.
Yeah, we just basically went
Last time you had it because you were
Yeah.
trying to read it.
I read it, and then I think I gave it
Yeah.
back to Hamish.
Hamish.
Hamish? Who's Hamish?
He's the guy that hangs out
Your
with
little
Neville.
cabin boy.
He's the guy that hangs out with Neville.
Okay. So, you guys haven't given the comb back to Ayla Blackstrand, but you did go to her and talk about someone believing she was a vampire, correct?
No,
No.
we didn't even.
You
no,
didn't. You didn't.
no. We went to visit. We
We-
thought she was one.
So
You
we
followed-
saw the vampire, and then we went to her house. We're like, okay, is she home? If she is home, she's not the vampire.
Right.
She ended up being home. He fell out of the window.
Hmm?
She questioned us all, and then we were
Whoa,
like,
whoa!
okay, we'll
I
go.
didn't fall out of the
Okay, he jumped out the window. And then
He
we went
passed his
to
effort.
get the comb. We retrieved the comb.
shame.
We also shamed the wizard pretty hard. And then came back to town, and then we never went back to her yet. We went to go see the other guy,
Yeah.
and we talked with him, and then he realized that
No.
nobody
put the stuff on
heard.
your hand.
Yeah, well, nobody heard. He didn't hear the bat wings, so then I was like, okay, maybe
Right.
he's the vampire. Put the stuff on my hand, shook his hand, then we killed him.
He didn't like that.
Yeah, we just killed him. Just
He
like
didn't like. He
Yeah,
didn't
it
like
was
the
just
loop.
like, bam.
I remembered all that, but I just want to make sure you guys did.
You watched the whole thing.
I have a really.
He sat back in.
Either way, yes. That's a very good recap. Thank you, Austin. So you guys had gotten in a fight with Signy after you had found out that he was the vampire. Chip proceeded to suplex him out the window and finish him off that way.
We finished him alright.
So we'll pick up right there. You guys are inside.
it was a happy ending for us, anyway.
Apparently. So we'll pick up right from there. Chip is dusting himself off after getting up off the ground. After pushing him through the window, landing on top of him. He is for sure dead. You guys are peering out over the window, looking down into the street.
Well, we searched the house too. Somebody, I think.
I
Tink
wanted
was
to
searching.
search the house because I didn't know if there was gonna be more vampires or something
Did you search
else.
You did search the house, and you didn't really find anything.
Did I?
Yeah.
We didn't find anything.
Yep.
Right, I think.
So, did he have more stuff of that ruins? That still the writing?
He had a few, he has a few trinkets, odds and ends, but nothing near, Ayla Blackstrand's collection or anything like that. Seems like maybe a wannabe collector, maybe it would admire her collection to some degree, but nothing on the level that she would. And maybe if her or some other type of appraiser were to come and look, maybe there are some things that are worth something, but to your guys' untrained eye, nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Does she come out?
Did we ever find the money that he was going to pay us?
You can make me an investigation check.
Oh, actually decent. Whether I can roll for it, that's not.
Rolling. I gotta bring my dice.
16.
16. You find a small safe in one of the back, like I said, they're kind of like tri-level rooms or whatever. In the back section of the second floor, you find a safe behind a cabinet.
Okay. I can try to pick it.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
18.
18? Not good enough.
Hey guys, there's a safe over here.
Chip's still out in the street.
Yep.
Wonder what's going on.
Wonder why you guys haven't come out yet.
Nothing to see here, guys.
So
Nothing to see.
as you're searching the house, notice that. Try picking the lock. Ayla Blackstrand walks out into the street.
I was gonna say
What,
okay.
what happened at the last one is that I shuffled everybody in because there was a
Back
crowd.
in, that's what I thought.
There was a
Okay.
crowd gathering around and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
So he's actually. In
That's what I
the-
thought. I was trying to remember that. But
Okay. Did you pull in the corpse of the vampire?
No, we didn't pull that in because I was like, this is already a
Cat
scene
out of the bag
enough.
on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, there's not much we can do with that.
Okay. So you guys are right inside. And you pulled him back inside Signy's.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I kind of was just like, all right, let's go in there and stuff because he wanted to search it and everything.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
kind of went in there.
Well, we'll say, Chip, you're looking out the window, and you see the crowd gathering around this body. People are talking. You see lights starting to flicker on, and the candle lights are. So, there's some electric lights in the city. It is the high district, after all. And people's lights are flicking on, kind of peering out what's going on. Novak, did you have anything you wanted to say other than that, other than correcting that? Okay.
That sounded like
Seemed
it
like you
hurt.
were really straining.
That
to-
sounded like it hurt.
Jamie's waiting for the button.
The more sure I am of what character he's playing this campaign, the less sure I am.
I was looking this way. I just heard it. I was like, man, he sounds like he's in pain.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock. I'll try.
Okay, you can go ahead. Sleight of hand.
Nope.
Okay.
I got 10.
Nope, it's a tricky lock.
That's the lock on the safe that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Is anyone so? You notice that the crowd's still gathering around. It seems like you guys made your way without anyone having too much fuss of following you. Are any of you guys keeping an eye on the street? You two seem preoccupied, or either of you two.
I guess I probably would be.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm still. That's all.
Oh, boy.
Ting,
12.
12? That's enough to notice that you see Ayla Blackstrand walking down, well, it's not far, it's a few steps, but she's walking across, heading up to the door right now.
Oh, she's heading up to our.
Yep.
Oh shit! No.
Yep. It's alive!
Just be like, Ayla, how you doing, my
So
lady?
you just open the door as she comes up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was open.
No.
But I'll, yeah.
I would assume it trying to distract yourselves as you guys close the door.
I'll say it loud because she's still kind of far away, right? Like,
She's like getting ready to knock.
oh.
Really loud then.
So I'll open up the door.
She whoa, like,
Yeah. Ayla! How are you doing, my lady?
she's got her she's like, she's got her robe on again. She says, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like new.
I'm assuming you have something to do with this commotion?
It's midday.
It's midday.
midday.
You still have a robot?
She sleeps.
Alright.
Yeah,
It was like high noon.
It was
Like
noon.
30.
I'm so messed up.
Or 12:30-ish.
Okay, then that's not the
Yeah.
case. She just comes over.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Not a robe. Dressed in
Oh.
She just comes over, not dressed at all. Whoa.
dressed in clothing.
She's doing a TikTok video.
Juice.
Juice.
I need to find. I need to do that.
Okay.
See, we're off the rails already.
I'm not trying
And I
to
didn't
insult
call
her. I'm just saying that she looks like a good fucker, okay? She looks like she can take a dick. Some women pride themselves on their dick-taking abilities. Dick-taking abilities? You think that's a good thing to say about someone? The fucked up thing is, I actually do. If anyone wants to compliment me on my dick-giving abilities, I just suck.
I didn't realize it was that long.
It just kept going the whole scene. It was like,
That's her
bad.
again. So.
Super bad? Yeah.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Okay.
She's a squirter.
She's a librarian.
she's a nice lady, okay?
After what you put her through, it's a wonder she didn't quit the sausage and become a vaginitarian.
Vaginitarian.
I thought you weren't gonna have these ready to go.
I don't. I'm trying.
I'm trying just to.
I'm just picking them at random.
Okay.
I say it loud enough though, so
Right.
these two
So
goofballs are trying to open the safe, which I really don't. I know what you're looking for.
what's your truth passive perception?
Passive? Oh, not great. 9.
Passive. Where do you
no.
find that?
Did you hear that?
Right there.
Nine.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm 11. So I'm above that, so I can go.
You barely hear it, but you do hear him say, "Oh, Ayla! Oh, hi, Ayla!"
Well, I'm not telling you to stop. I'm
Hi,
just
Mark.
saying, like, okay.
Just giving you a heads
Yeah.
up that she's there.
Probably passive investigation. Now that's.
She says, "What's going on? What's this crowd in the street for?" She can't see there's enough people around the body right now. It's just a crowd of people standing around the center.
Well, we found out that those wings and stuff that you're hearing, that bat-like, flapping of wings that you were hearing,
Yes.
it ended up being a vampire, which was actually your next door neighbor.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. I mean, it's right there. Some of it
I
still.
like how you say it.
I mean,
She looks out to the crowd. Did you bring her in and close the door, or is she standing in the doorway? Or
no, she's in the doorway. I mean, we're just kind of in the door. I assume that she's still outside, and I'm kind of like half in, half out, I guess.
yeah, so she kind of points to. She's like, "I can't see what's going on." She's like, "Can I come in?"
You want to come in and see that it's a vampire?
I believe you. I just want to get away from this.
First, I'm joking. I know she just believes me. Boy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna halt her from coming in. Halt her top from coming in.
He's not halting her top for him to come in. Her.
You see?
We'll put her right in
I
here.
didn't prepare anything tonight.
No.
Okay.
I figured out what his ears or the wings were.
That's what happens with stuff when I say that and everything, and these two are just like, oh shit.
She says, "So I can come in."
Yeah, it's not my house.
Okay. She steps in, closes the door behind her. She says, "What the hell happened?"
Fighting another vampire.
Well,
We're gonna give him this.
why did we even come over here?
We had
It
to
was-
call.
I think it was your idea to come over here.
That doesn't sound like me.
Whose idea was it?
I don't remember.
I think.
Because we didn't want to give her the comb
We had the
yet.
comb. So
We
we wanted.
Well, maybe it was his idea.
Yeah.
That
That makes more sense.
Remember,
Perfect sense
he
now.
actually wanted to come over, and he was gonna tell him, you know, like way more information than we wanted to tell him. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? So yeah, I think it was him.
Okay.
Because we had the comb, so they both wanted
Yeah,
the
but
comb.
we can't
so I think
tell her that now.
No, I know that.
Well, I guess we could, but we'd have to make up a reason why we.
And that was the only thing that he was after too. So she's like, "Why the hell are you over here?" Shit. Okay, that's why she's asking.
Good luck. You're talking to her.
Yeah. Well, we came over and stuff because we're investigating this, you know, this noise that you keep on hearing at night, and we were trying to find this vampire for Mason, right?
Yes.
Mason Armanzi.
Ooh.
Oh, don't say her name.
Mansi.
Too bad now.
Oh,
What's wrong with this last name?
Oh,
shit! He told you nobody needs to know.
Oh yeah. Oh well. This is ISL classified information.
It's like a siren goes
you
off
to
from
know.
the whole
The only reason
like,
only reason I'm telling you is because you're a client as well.
Like,
you weren't supposed to say.
You ain't supposed to say whose clients are coming.
Yeah.
Chip's like, idiot.
The face.
There's another one with you.
He's supposed to be the face.
I'm in the.
No, he.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not.
The dumb one is the. I probably got the highest intelligence on here, and I probably.
Charisma, I think.
Well, that's the L.
I'm pretty sure I'm the most intelligent.
Nope, I don't have it.
You got charisma. No,
Yeah,
that's...
you're charismatic.
Charisma.
My intelligence is super high, guys.
my intelligence is awesome.
Yeah. I'm kind of like that Ghostbusters guy where when
Just like that.
I can't think of his name. Never mind.
The original?
No, it was the with the girls. He's he was the guy that was the intern. Or
Oh,
the,
Thor's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thor, yeah. I'm him. He's like scratching his eyes through the glasses.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. Never seen the whole thing.
It's not the greatest.
I'm sure it's good.
He's the best part in the whole movie.
Nobody cared.
Basically.
She says, okay, Mason Armanzi, that's interesting. He and I have had troubled past, let's say. Nothing too outrageous, just our family's history goes a little bit back. Okay. I was unaware you were working for him.
What do you mean, troubled past? What happened between your families?
The Armanzi family used to be a high class family as well. They were very well off, very well to do, like I've been fortunate enough. And he blames my family for his family's undoing. We both had stakes in two competing banks in our family's bank.
Good thing you weren't a vampire.
One. And,
That guy's got a stake in him now. Sure, she's not.
Well, she's out in broad daylight, so.
and their bank failed.
That's true.
So.
Was it a blood bank?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
No, mine was a sperm.
No. From now on, all the characters were into a male.
That's even better yet.
Well, he was the one just between us.
They were sword fighting?
He was the one that posted about this creature that he was concerned about, and we found the source, or what we perceived was the source of it was this neighborhood.
He thought Signy was a vampire?
He didn't think that he was, but
He just knew it
he
was in this
directed us
area.
to this neighborhood, and ISL figured it out.
Very interesting.
They kind of.
So,
Why is this got to do with my code?
John, you don't help
Dude, ISL is such a huge organization. We got people in everything.
All four corners.
ISL Incorporated.
so how do you plan on cleaning
Idiots,
this mess
survivors,
up?
and legends everywhere.
That's a good question. I haven't thought that far ahead because I mean, we're like 3 minutes removed from this terrifying incident.
Fair enough.
I'm just happy to be alive right now.
Yes. I'm guessing any moment, though, the city guard are going to be knocking at this door, asking what there's a dead individual doing outside in the middle of the street.
This is... I don't doubt it. You have quite a lot of pull in this city, I would say. And if we're locked up, then that doesn't mean that we can find your comb that you're missing. So
you haven't managed to find my comb?
not yet.
Well, can we
Interesting.
tell him that he's dead?
Well, she knows.
No, what I'm saying, tell him or tell her that he was looking for the comb also.
I don't want to do that.
Well, he's dead, so it doesn't. I guess it doesn't.
I know, but she shouldn't know that we had any association with him before this at all. We need her to fight for us, not look at us more sideways than she already is.
I'm pretty sure she's pretty silent.
Never mind, guys. I guess I'll be the face. I don't like the words coming out of the bard's mouth.
I'm here
Naked
to
as a
act.
bard, so I think that's pretty common.
She says,
Moron
well,
in real life.
Damn
I
it.
wish you had focused on finding my comb as diligently as you've hunted down this vampire, but nonetheless...
Well, we need supplies and stuff, so we needed some money. So we kind of have to cast a wide net. I apologize.
She says, no, I understand. She said, let me take care of this. She says, give me 1 second.
We're not hiding anything.
Steve?
I'm worried that they're going to look at
Just
us
the comb.
sideways. No. I mean for the authorities. Like, it's not like we're trying to hide anything, but I suspect that they'll look at outsiders a little harsher.
She says, 1 second. And she goes back outside. And she kind of gives a speech to the townsfolk that are out there, all obviously live in high ground in the wealthy district. And she says,
While she's doing that, can I try and get their attention? Where's Chip at this? You
That was like great.
Chip-
right there? You didn't back me up?
Oh, he was like obnoxiously close to you. Just
He's got the comb in his hair.
The little red light was going even brighter and brighter, especially when he said the other guy's name. I was like,
Starting to sweat oil.
I like to think of Chip as like Baymax, just I'm observant. This is human interaction.
Well, I say, boy, I'm really conflicted, right? Okay, yeah.
She's walking on the street, so you have a moment.
I know, but he said safe and everything, and I would be more capable of going and getting the safe open and everything, but I probably shouldn't leave Chip there alone with her if she comes back because it's Chip. So I'm like, yeah.
use your wisdom.
Don't roll.
Yeah, I would say, okay, Chip, go find them, see what the heck they're doing and everything. They're going to get us into even more trouble if they're not careful.
I knew they were troublemakers.
Go!
Okay, so you're watching her, so you run upstairs, find these guys on the second floor.
I think it's safe.
It's maybe like a 12 by 12. You don't know how deep it is, obviously, but 12 by 12 square from what you can see.
Oh, so it's in the wall.
It's like in the wall. So while you're up there, you get their attention. You guys hear Chip running upstairs. What you see, Novak, is her going out into the street, and she says, "Good people of High Crown." She says, "I've notified the authorities." She said they'll be here any minute. Please. She's like, "I have a group of hired adventurers to dispose of the body. There's nothing more to see here." She says, "Please let them do their work. We'll pull the body back into my house, and we'll take care of this." She says, "There'll be a full report, I'm sure, by the authorities once they get here, and we'll let everyone know exactly what happened. If you have any if you have anything important to say, make sure it's reported to the town guard. Thank you." And then they kind of.
That was a much different from the first one.
Hey, you know what I'm dealing with.
You know what I'm dealing with.
I don't, but
So they kind of start. She's very clearly a trusted individual in this city, so they kind of trust her and kind of go back about their business. And she comes back in, or she starts to walk back in. While she's giving that speech, you're up there.
What are you guys doing?
I was trying to open the safe.
Get the money that he owes us.
He's got his gun pointed at it, just trying to open the safe.
I have thieves' tools built into it. Okay?
And I almost picked knock as one of my things.
Why? What's up?
We need to get out of here.
Right now?
That's what Commander-in-Chief downstairs said.
Neville. Oh, it's a buzzer.
You didn't hear that.
All right. Well, do you want to try?
Sure. How do you try to open the safe?
Boom!
Make me a strength check.
Just straight, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty long speech. Time.
21.
Boom! Close the front door right inside. It bends in.
Is it open?
Yeah, it opens.
There, it's open.
Thanks. Can I see what's inside?
Yeah.
You guys have been fiddling around here for this?
So, yeah, you look inside and you see about 1,500 gold pieces. And you see another comb.
Another comb?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it look
I would take both of those
Okay.
items.
Ooh, and then I'll do, when he grabs that, I'll do mending and fix the safe.
I will also use mending.
Oh.
We'll make it look real good.
It looked like it was just installed.
Okay.
The whole house fixed up.
Everything else is like kind of all dingy against that wall. That's just like pristine.
Immaculate.
So if they're trying to hide the safe, oh, it's right here. Cause
Not only am I an actor, I'm a real good mudder.
Oh, shit.
A rundown.
Okay. You guys somehow managed to make it downstairs before Ayla comes back in. She comes back in.
I come back down. Got him!
She says, "Oh,
Thanks.
good, you're all here. Grab the body in the street and meet me back in my house."
Chip, grab the body.
Alright, I go out.
Somebody, the dead one.
Is it a body? Like, what does it look
That's
like?
what I
at
was
this
wondering.
point?
What is that?
Because it
Crispy
was a
critter?
vampire, like in the sunlight.
Yes, so its corpse is kind of like desiccated now, and it like the skin has been like
Burnt?
petrified, like it was like beef jerky, like
Oh.
shriveled down onto the stone or onto the skeleton. Yes, very, very desiccated, burnt looking, still kind of smoldering. Not hot to the touch, just smoldering.
Alright, so
Take a
I
steak
go grab
and
it.
drive it through it hard.
So you
Poke
guys
at it
make it
with a
back to
stick.
Ayla's house. She says, "Take him to the 3rd floor."
She got a third floor?
That seems.
What are we doing?
I don't know now.
She's gonna bring him back to life, and she's both gonna attack us.
That was just my thrall.
Oh boy.
Taking us to,
Shake her hand.
taking us to the red room. I love dead bodies.
Do you guys abide or no?
Ah, look at him.
Why are we taking this thing to the 3rd floor?
Where are you taking
Well,
this?
my bedroom's on the 2nd floor. I'm not putting him in my bed.
Oh, I thought we were putting it in his own house.
I called the authorities. They're gonna come here to pick up a body.
Oh. I said that as a player. But okay.
What? Oh, okay.
Ayla's house.
Too bad.
Yeah.
This is why I say he says.
Well, he didn't say anything. He did.
Okay.
So we're at Ayla's.
Yes, yes. She asked you to bring the body into her house.
Okay.
Why don't we just keep it in like the
Front area.
We go to her house. We
She
just
says,
look
"You
around."
saw it." Oh, in her lobby. She says, "I'd rather not have it there." She says, "You can if you'd like. I just Figured if I was bringing a dead body in my house, I get to choose where.
Hey, I'm just here for the ride, and
But why didn't we leave it in the street?
You saw what a scene it was causing.
Yeah, but they dispersed, right?
Yeah, because I said something. It's only a matter of time, though.
They'll come back, poke at it.
Jeez, how long does it take the authorities to get here?
30 minutes in real life.
She says they should be here any minute.
Depends on if you order pizza or not.
This is so... I give all these guys like a sideways look, like, what the hell is
Let's just
going
go
on?
up there.
This is weird.
Insight check.
oh yeah, that's
It's
a
a
good
joke.
idea. What are we doing? Idiots.
Oh shit.
I is capitalized.
14.
She seems truthful, but like her kind of calm demeanor about it seems like she's dealt with something like this before.
I mean, well,
But I didn't
Chip,
roll, so.
do what she says.
Start going up the stairs.
Okay, so she says, "Yep, just go place him on the bed in the third floor bedroom."
She doesn't follow.
No,
What do I see when I get in? Is it just like
just like a normal bedroom. Yeah. It's the bed isn't made. It doesn't have any linens or anything on it. It's just like a wooden
Coffin.
plank with straw on top.
Coffin.
It's not a coffin.
It's a board.
It's essentially a board with some straw on it. Like it's not made for a guest, and perhaps that's why she said to bring him up here. Like it's
How
not.
do you have this in
Just-
your house?
It's just like a wooden
Is
box.
this the guest room that she would have stayed in when she said that we could stay at her house?
Good chance.
That's what she thinks of us.
Yeah, but she was going to stay there.
You guys don't know that. You're not there.
The vampire weakness oil.
You guys don't know that.
You do.
You're there. You do.
Oh, wait.
Did I
No, I had
pass
it
it
I
last.
think he had.
I had it
Okay.
last.
Okay, because I don't think I have it anymore.
No, I had it last.
He was the last to apply it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
I'm upstairs.
Is
I don't
it-
know what you guys are doing. So.
Is it still on our weapons?
Oh, I don't. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
asking as a player
Right.
who had it.
How long's it been?
All right. I go over and put them down. No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
probably
its
been-
effects are still probably on your weapons.
Oh, I never put it on my weapon.
Yeah, I know.
I've
if only
did.
like one or two of us did.
I know you put it on your hand. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I just dipped my finger to.
Yeah.
Is she
See
standing next to me?
Yeah.
I
She's kind of
Put
just like
my-
rubbing her temples.
kind of
Here, let
put
me get
my
that.
staff down and accidentally put it on her foot with the oil stuff
She kind of says,
end.
"Excuse me."
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still a little shaken.
She says, "Understandable.
I know. I tried.
This is odd.
She's all roped up.
She's not normal."
Wow, she's all
Should
clothed.
offer the rubber devils. Should be rubbing her
I'm gonna get this for you.
I got some special oil.
Get rid of those crow's feet. Run. Oh, your eyes.
Don't mind the smell. It smells like garlic.
I got this from Snoop Dobby.
Oh, so that's who you're working for. Just name off everybody else that we have.
It's real good stuff.
Brings out the animal in you.
The door is open, right? The front door? Is it
I'd say if you guys are all in, she's closed it.
okay. I'll be by the window and everything, just looking for the authorities if they ever show up.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Keeping an eye on her. Half on the window. One eye's looking out the window, the other eye's looking at her.
Chip, you drop the body
I
off
put
and
that,
come
yeah.
back downstairs.
Well, I
That-
like look around. I don't search, but I like glance around and see if I can see anything.
Okay,
I look,
make me
like
a
out
quick
of the
perception
ordinary
check.
or whatever.
Yeah, see if you see anything.
Perception. 18.
So the room seems clean. You notice you do see on like a shelf in the corner. You see like fresh linens and stuff like that. So maybe the bed's just not normally made or something like that. You try to kind of piece together everything like that, and maybe that's why she had you bring him up here, because you know there were no linens on the bed or anything. But you don't see anything else really that
I want to do
sticks out.
copyhead language because you said she had a bunch of other shit that had that same language on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that and then walk around and? Because I think it lasts for Doesn't say how long. Oh, 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So you do that, and she kind of sees you browsing. She says, "Feel free to look." She says, "But please don't wreck anything."
Too late.
Bull in the china shop.
So you see lots of trinkets, odds and ends, and you're kind of looking for the ones that specifically have runes or inscribings on them, and a lot of them don't. The ones that do, there seem to be a multitude of language. There's this ancient Gnomish, there's some with ancient Dwarvish, some with ancient Elvish, but they all do seem to be like old, dead dialects. Like nothing that's like current language.
Right.
She also even has some that have abyssal. So like some artifacts that a lot of people consider evil or anything like that. But what you do notice is after kind of skimming over them, like you're obviously not like investigating in depth on what these say or what they mean or anything. Just kind of browsing over them. But what you do notice is that it does seem that the majority of them, I wouldn't say a large majority, but the majority of them are this ancient Gnomish script.
And nothing really says. Just this is Bob's comb and this is Steve's comb type thing like that.
certain ones seem like they tell a story, like
Kind of like the comb. Was.
Yeah, and there's actually some scrolls that are in like glass cases, and what you can read of it seems like it's telling an ancient tale, or there's a comb, there's a mirror, there's just it seems like mostly menial objects. There's one like ceremonial dagger that has abyssal written into it, but other than that, nothing jumps out as, oh, okay, this is something else.
Oh, if you combine these two together, you get that.
You're gonna combine them?
Well, what I'm saying is, like, what was this comb goes with this mirror, and that this three things make some.
Where's my crick?
Nothing's saying that. She said,
I'll grab one of the linens, like a sheet or whatever, put it over the body before I head down. Just
okay.
Because that's what humanoids seem to do.
Fair enough. All right, I have witnessed this before. Okay.
And everybody walks through. This is Steve.
She sees you come back down the stairs. She says, thank you. She says, they should be here any minute now. She says, this isn't the first time this has happened.
What?
She says, this
He
is...
died before?
No, I'm assuming... Did you guys tell her it was Signy?
Did
Did you guys tell her it was Signy?
I mean, we're in his house.
Well, he said it was the guy next door.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
okay, you did, yep. I just want to make sure. She says Signy isn't the first vampire that we found in High Crown specifically. She says this is odd. I figured it was just a one-off, but this is the second time this has happened.
Recently?
It was about a month and a half ago.
Fairly recently.
How, like, where on the block were they?
She kind of points up the road. She says about half a mile up the street, north. She points north.
How did they perish?
She says no. They were never able to find out. There was just a desiccated corpse with vampire teeth that was found laying in the middle of the street in the morning.
Guess we got some competition.
Did he have family that you know of?
She says, yes, but I don't believe they're in the city any longer. I think he was the only one that stayed. The rest of his family moved out quite some time ago.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Why do I want to know why he wanted the comb? So many women. Now we got 2.
Biting your metal fingernails.
Chang, 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 chang.
Are your fingernails actually nails?
Oh, sheets of metal. They're getting longer. You know how you stretch metal?
Well, nobody investigated that first one.
She says, no, the city guard did. They were never able to find out what happened or how the body got there.
Who was the lead investigator? Do you know? Well, you gotta come up with a name. I can't wait to make fun of it.
More on 2.
Your ass.
This is so Jamie knows to cut this part out.
I leave this in.
Oh. I'm over here playing.
He's pouting.
Yes. She says Jacoby Learstrom.
Jacoby?
Jacoby Learstrom.
He was a basketball player.
What's basketball?
I lean over to him.
Took her a long time to answer that. Yeah. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
In game,
basketball.
it was very quick.
I think he's hanging out with Snoop.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie Dizzle. Like, yeah, it's basketball, man.
Well, he did inhale some of that smoke before we go.
I'm a little winded from playing the horn for that long time.
Have the authorities arrived yet, or are they still?
That's a long ass minute.
Yes. So Novak's looking out the window.
Nobody's gonna listen to it though. So yeah.
Definitely not now.
Wow.
Put that in the intro.
Put that part out. So
The whole time, I'm giving these guys, you know, our ISL freaking body language, you know, freaking keys and everything. Just like, I don't trust this. This lady's weird and everything. This whole situation's just weird. And obviously, you know, we've been hanging around long enough. We know, you know, each other's signals and stuff. So
What did they spend about?
never
6
had a
months?
problem with that before.
6 months.
That's never gotten us into trouble.
So, 2 officers arrive and knock at the front door. You're standing right by the front door. Ayla's kind of toward the back. Do you answer, or do you wait for Ayla to come?
Ayla, you want me to get that?
She kind of calls back. She says, "Yes, please."
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Ayla's a resident.
So you see 2.
Oh, hey, Jacoby.
You don't see Jacoby.
Oh, you're not Jacoby?
No.
Oh, my apologies.
My name's
Come on in.
Dave.
Okay.
Come in.
My name's Forrest.
Come on.
They walk in. The same one that talked the first time says, "Is Ayla home? She contacted us."
Yeah, she's right back there.
She says, "Oh, Miss Blackstrand."
I don't know. Telepathy?
And Ayla comes walking back up from the back of the house.
Messenger pigeon. We're gonna have to kill all these guys.
I'll fuck some.
Yes.
I'll fuck some.
We're gonna get fucked up.
She says, good. She says, "Yes, the body's upstairs. I think it's another vampire." And Ayla says, "Oh, again. Thought we were done with that." "All right, very well." And he says, "Minsk, go get the body."
Minsk.
So he walks up the stairs.
I'll show him.
And as he's okay, you say that, I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
I was up there.
So Mince just follows, doesn't say anything, just nods his head. She says, "All right, Ayla, can you tell us what happened? We've had lots of reports come in. Body in the street, not good. You know these things are hard to settle people down over."
First of all, how did they get
Were
there?
they still
Did
downstairs?
call, like,
They're still downstairs, right?
Yes.
Just the one guy
Yep.
followed.
Yep. You're walking upstairs with them.
Go ahead.
Just the one for you.
Nah, go ahead.
So Ayla says, she says, I'd love to tell you what happened, but I believe these adventurers here would be able to tell you firsthand. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, yes. No.
Well, we're investigating on a large creature in this neighborhood by a client of ours that we are not going to reveal their name just yet. But
Okay,
It
odd way to
brought us-
start that.
it brought us to this doorstep. What did you say?
Odd way to start that conversation.
I'm just telling you what happened.
I'm listening.
So, we contacted, first we asked Ayla about it and everything, and she heard the noise and stuff coming right from this area. So, we went around to the neighbors, and we visited her next door neighbor who is, I don't know his name. I'm not sure what his name was. I don't recall. But we knocked on his door, and he invited us in, and we discovered that he's an actual vampire, and he attacked us. And then you went upstairs.
Yeah, I went upstairs.
Our associate actually crashed through his window and brought him outside where he, well, you will see what happened to him.
Well, that explains the mess then. He says, well, I think we're gonna have to go check out the scene of the crime, corroborate your stories. If you guys wouldn't mind staying here for a moment or two while I go investigate, I would very much appreciate that.
That's up to her.
Huh?
Ayla.
Ayla, if she minds with us staying.
He says, Ayla, I'm sure you won't mind giving these folks some more of your hospitality. And she says, pay no mind to it, of course.
I'm making some poison tea right now.
He says, very well. When Minsk gets back down, let him know to take the body back to the infirmary. He says,
Wasn't it named Minsk?
isn't that what I said?
I thought you said.
It was Minsk.
Oh.
From
Minsk is what I meant to say if I
Oh.
didn't say Minsk.
yeah,
I can't hear.
Austin's here in
Austin.
Unimportant character.
After his hearing goes when he starts to get stinky. It's been a minute since he's had a bath.
Oh boy.
He's got potatoes growing in his ears.
He says, I'd like to... Excuse me then, I'll be right back. Well, within reason. So he kind of walks back out and you see him, he's kind of investigating the scene on the ground. He scoops up a few vials of the dirt where the vampire's blood had been spilled. Puts that in a test tube, a vial, and puts a cork on it, puts it in his belt, kind of walks around, does a few more things, kicks the dirt a little bit, then eventually walks inside, picks up a few pieces of glass, looks up at the window, and then walks inside Signy's house.
Boy, this guy's thorough.
I'm assuming you're watching all that, right? Yeah. Alright. So Ayla says, well, would anyone like some lunch?
Sure.
I'm not hungry.
I'm still upstairs, so.
Okay.
I'm good.
You guys come down the stairs as she says that. And Mince kind of just looks around.
Next door. Next door.
And he kind of nods his head and he takes the body out and starts walking next door.
Like, he's dumb. He's perfect ISL material.
I give, him, I give him a card as he's leaving. If it's not working out for you.
We can almost certainly have your pet.
Maybe.
Alright.
You might not make it to the survivor part of ISL.
So she says, I'll make some sandwiches. So she kind of goes again to the back of the first level, which is where her kitchen area is, and starts doing that. So you guys have a moment amongst yourselves. Vince goes across the street, and he kind of just walks through the crime scene. And you hear him open the door, and you can hear from this side, you can hear the other officer. Vince, what are you doing? I said go to the infirmary. He walks back out and then walks up down the street.
He's definitely a thrall. He has no brain.
Infirmary is a pretty big word for Vince. 'Cause he's like, what's his last name? Is it O'Gafflin? He's pretty dense.
Minsk is so special, he gets one name.
Oh, he's pretentious.
He's too dumb to remember his last name.
I'm Minsk pretentious.
Mince, son of Mince.
Oh, this is my last name. Minsk.
My name's Junior.
So, what do you guys do?
Wait and drink coffee. And comb my hair.
No, don't do that.
I think. Do I have both combs or do I have?
Yeah, you have both.
Okay.
I don't know that there's two.
Yeah. I do.
These-
I saw you dig.
these-
Yeah, but
saw
I
what
also
was in
don't
there.
know like how far away did you walk? Like,
I would say wait,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just gonna.
even though I'm going.
I'm just gonna tell these guys, just be ready because I don't know. This whole situation seems kind of strange to me.
Well,
You
you've
did
been
seem
talking.
oddly calm about the whole situation.
I'll ask
Yeah, sure.
Bot to or Robot to maybe hand off the oil over to.
He said it's still on her. He already touched her with it.
Yeah, but he wants the vial
He touched
potentially.
the
He's
shoe.
very crafty.
He
He's been
touched the
talking to her a
shoe,
lot
so-
today, so
Might not work.
Yeah.
Is she looking away?
He didn't touch her
she's in the
skin.
other room.
Oh, I mage hand it to him.
To me?
Yeah.
Oh,
The vial
okay.
of the Snoop Dizzle Drizzle stuff.
Snoop Dogg beat Dizzle.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do with this?
You wanted me to give it to you.
What do you want me to do with this?
Well, it seemed like something's going on, so I just thought you should have it.
You don't trust me with it.
Well, put this on your hand and everything, and when she comes back and stuff, when you reach for a sandwich, then touch her.
That's fine. I'll do that.
And they hand you it back.
So I'll do that, but I won't like code it where it's very obvious.
It's drip. Your hand's dripping.
This doesn't look natural!
Oh, thank you so much.
He got bit and didn't realize it. He's like, Okay. Alright, so you do that. It doesn't take you long to whip up some sandwiches, so you guys are kind of just more waiting than anything. She brings some back and she sets the platter down. How do you go about it?
You're supposed to go right in there.
Well, as she's gonna go set it down, I'll just like put my hands underneath her hands to grab the plate.
Okay.
Like, not trying to be super creepy, but I definitely touch her hands.
Well, I mean, you're going like this, right?
Excuse me. Here. I was just gonna
Not
set
in
it
the same
on the
height.
table.
Oh, sorry, I'm very hungry.
She says,
Yeah,
she says, do you want to wash your hands? They feel a little bit clammy. She says,
I get nervous.
it's just understandable. She says, no worries. It's just in the back of the kitchen if you want.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go up to my room while you guys eat. If I don't hear when the investigator returns, she says, please just call for me and I'll come down.
Okay.
You hear a buzzing noise upstairs.
Jesus Christ, man.
Everything.
I was deprived when I was a kid.
So she didn't really have any reaction when.
Zero reaction.
So, I think she's...
Well, she was kind of like, yeah, your hands.
That's
are
what I
clammy."
was gonna. That's what I was gonna roll an insight on there to see.
Okay,
but-
yeah.
A normal gnomish reaction.
When it doesn't work on
No
no
my insight. 23.
Didn't seem like it caused any type of pain whatsoever.
She just recalled because, oh, dirty gnome.
Right.
Touch me. Ew.
It stinks real
I
bad.
mean, I knew what they were doing, so that's why I wanted to watch. But yeah.
When she like leaves the room or whatever, I'll just like I think she's
I didn't
fine.
see any reaction either. I mean, other than just
Like I really caressed her hand pretty good.
Like it was fucking weird.
She went.
That's why she went upstairs.
I agree with him. She didn't seem that into you.
Maybe she gave you a come hither look.
Wow.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Although after I say that, she did say she was going up to her quarters, so maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Come on, Stumpy.
Come on, take.
I'm not very
man.
good with this human interaction for relations, romantic and stuff, but I have seen the females kind of give questionable things like that, like, oh, I'm just gonna head up to my room. Maybe it was an invitation for you. Maybe she is. Maybe she is into you.
And we've never seen Tink again.
well, guys, I'm off. No,
That's a trap. It's a trap.
So we found a safe.
Well, wait.
Do you really want to say that here, or do you want to wait until?
She's upstairs. I'm real close.
Okay.
She got a comb of hearing.
No, you guys have it.
We're in a coma of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do silence.
Yeah,
oh, wait, you can't, but you won't be able to hear it.
No, I was just gonna say he can't. He gets in real close. He casts silence, so all you see is his lips moving.
No, I'll
Perfect.
I just go like so. There was a safe, and I just kind of barely flash like a second comb.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, that's what was taking him so long upstairs. I don't know why. I just went up and opened it.
But do I even know it's?
You
a
don't
second
know. That's
comb?
why I was trying to let you know.
No. Do I know that he's showing me a second comb?
Because he's got.
I assume it looks like the first.
I just.
They're very, very.
Yeah, but I'm saying I got like.
You
mixed them together.
Right.
You mixed them together. They're in the same pouch. Now you can't discern which one's which.
Does that matter?
It may.
Well, I know.
You haven't really tried to look at them both side by side yet.
No.
Shit.
Well, the one he tried
I
reading,
read the
so
one
he would've-
already, though.
Yeah, I
He
knew
would have
the
known,
one.
unless they are like almost identical. But yeah,
Tried reading, like
Right.
you got. Kim
No, I know,
got
but I'm
bits and
saying,
pieces of
but
it,
I'm saying
too.
he
Yeah, but-
looked at it. Quite
But
a
I
bit,
look
so,
at the
yeah.
other one. I read the first comb.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, worst case scenario, right? Like, I have a thing of scrying, and I can scry on an object. I've already known and tried to, like, discern what one of the objects were, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be able to, like, scry, like, okay, where's the one object? And, like pick one of the two. Or no?
We'll find out.
Sure.
Bang, 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 bang. I got it in my mouth. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, one's a hair comb, the other one's a mouth harp.
Bang, 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 bang.
Okay, so it's been a few minutes.
found
You do
money,
that
too.
successfully.
He
She
what?
still hasn't
He
come
found
back
money,
downstairs. And eventually,
But yeah, disperse at a later date.
he goes back probably in about 20, 30 minutes. You guys have had a chance to eat a sandwich if you want to. He knocks on the door again.
Chip, get the door.
Hmm?
Get the door.
Who is it?
Mocks her voice.
I was trying to mock it. Yeah. Not very good.
City investigation team.
Oh,
Go get.
Oh, they have
Ayla.
initials too.
Go up to her quarters and get Ayla.
Alright, go.
Yeah, he has to go up there.
He's like this.
You see, she's sitting at.
Take, comb your hair.
She's got like.
She's wearing a slave lamb bikini.
Got some.
She's just sitting at her desk writing it out. So she's got like a really nice wooden desk with like a mirror set up.
I just kind of like peek my head over
He
and
didn't
just
get
kinda
it, so
knock
I
on
don't-
the
Spell it out for him.
on the doorway.
Okay, she kind of turns around. She says, "Yes."
What are you doing in my
they're,
booth?
they're here.
She says,
Back.
"Oh, very well. I'll be right down. Thank you." So you turn around and go back out.
Oh my goodness, an intruder. What am I ever going to do?
Put my dress.
No, please, don't tie me up.
Like this.
Anyways,
Her box is a mimic.
Legs on that bullshound.
The unnamed officer said.
Yeah, I opened the door, obviously.
Ayla's coming down the steps.
I have to go to the bathroom real bad.
okay,
I need a bear.
we can take right there. Good spot.
I never had to tinkle so bad in all my life.
Okay, go back. Okay, so the investigator walks back in, and now I'll give you guys a picture of what he looks like now too. So,
I bet he sleeps with one eye open.
He's so good of an investigator, he only needs the one eye.
I'm gonna say that's why they didn't find them the first time.
Oh, there you go. He's off to the right somewhere.
His last name's Apache.
What?
His hair's half.
No, I got
Hair and half.
what happened to
I thought you
that?
were talking about eye patchy. Not high patchy, but eye patchy. That's his last name, I guess.
It's an Apache.
Eye patchy.
You guys are all right.
Anyways,
Look at those two shitheads.
That's what he says about us.
Okay.
I was talking about the authority figures.
No.
All right. I think I've gathered what evidence I can. He says, no, just for brevity's sake. He said, could you guys please repeat to me your version of events?
I already gave my statement.
Could you give it again, please?
So we were investigating, this creature and everything that seemed like it was originating in this neighborhood. We asked Ayla about it when we were following up on another investigation that we were conducting for her, and she revealed these flapping wings that she heard and everything. So we started, we went to go question the neighbors. We went to this guy, I forget his name again. I don't remember what his name was and everything.
Is that Jamie not remembering his name?
no.
No,
Okay.
I know it was Signey.
Okay.
And then, where the hell was I? Wait, he invited us in and everything, and long story short, he attacked us and turned into his real form. And then my co-worker here grabbed him and
Flew ourselves out the window.
flew themselves out the window, where he perished.
Landed out in the streets. And
Were you able to find anything in his home?
He says, no. I suppose I didn't find anything that conflicts with your story.
contradicts.
That's the word I was looking for. That contradicts your version of
There's
events.
this one wall.
He says, I did have a sample sent back to Wolverine Park, though. And he says, it appears that this vampire was killed using some type of toxic chemical toward vampires. So you guys were prepared for this situation?
Well, we suspected that after, figuring out that there was flapping wings, and I did see a bat the other night, we were afraid that it may be a vampire. So we procured something that supposedly, I didn't really believe it, that it was going to help, but supposedly would help with dealing with vampires.
He says, it seems to have helped. It almost immediately coagulated the blood. He says, very well. You clearly were prepared for such turn of events.
Would you like a sample of it?
You don't do that, right?
No. I kind of want to, but I don't have it. So, I think you have it.
I'm gonna stow that shit away because I think this is gonna be.
I think we're just gonna have to
Problem.
grab some.
Well, I think we need to go back to freaking Odd's favorite person in this freaking campaign and go get some more.
Here. Yeah, you have maybe enough dose left to cover one weapon. After covering your hands, the 2 weapons you guys already did are once.
Don't look at me. It wasn't my weapon.
No, I am just speaking to the party.
Corporation.
Yeah.
Speaking to the corporation.
Right.
ISL.
Yeah.
No, we're incorporated now? Shit.
Yep.
He's writing it down.
Shit,
for tax reasons.
I gotta keep track of this now. Wait a minute, he's our baker, so he's got all the damn money.
Speaking of which, you guys have the proper licensing for that in North?
Oh man, about that.
Well, you know, it takes a long time to get through paperwork and everything, so.
It's in the mail.
Here's your I-93 form. And your B-643.
I gotta file that with our secretary.
We don't have one.
Well, he doesn't have his job yet, right? You guys made me CEO, so. CEO, accountant, security.
Muscle.
Court jester.
Court gesture. Oh,
Court
man.
You're the person that's like stocks the rooms.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm the product tester.
That explains some shit.
I would say
I'm
something
saying
if
that.
we were
I'm
recording.
saying that out of character, by the way. In real life, that explains some shit.
He records the elevator music that you hear.
Oh, shit. Okay. He says, very well. I'm going to take these findings to my superiors.
Was that Jacoby?
It is.
If he has any additional questions, we're here.
Be assured that you are.
What happens to the house?
Where can...
He wants to move it.
It says it will go to his next of kin.
What does it go
or
outside?
whoever else is in his will. If there is no assigned prospect, then it will go to auction.
And then that'll end up in the forest, and we'll have to go retrieve it.
Jacoby didn't say that. Did you say
No,
I'm like, oh my god.
I should, but no, I didn't.
that? It sounded like Chip. That's why it's like.
All right, for the hell of it, yeah, I'll say that under my breath.
Oh no.
Why not?
Damn it, John, why'd you bring that up?
He says it quiet enough where nobody catches it.
Except for us. We're like,
Where's your red light?
Silence!
Say
Okay.
more.
He says, all right, very well. He says, that'll be all for today, I think. He says, Ayla, if anything else happens, let us know. You know how to find us. He says, you know how to contact us. He doesn't say find us.
I would say,
You're hiding?
And then he walks out and closes the door, unless one of you guys stops him.
Okay, first of all, how do they contact people? They got phones? Or do they fox it?
they fox him.
Sending stones
Magical means.
around every corner.
I assume by magical means.
Likely.
They got sending stones that around
It's
every
common.
corner. don't. Party stones.
Yeah, you just see all the people in the street walking around
Yeah.
on their sending stone.
Different times.
Oh, you upgraded. You got the new sending stone. Oh man.
Got the news van. You got the news van. I'm out here in front of the so-and-so's house.
So Ayla says, okay, well, I suppose that leaves us with nothing left to do but find my comb, right?
Ah, yes. Yes, you're cool.
Unless you hear more flapping of wings and everything.
She says, yeah, if I do, I'll be sure to let you guys know. I'm hoping that's the
Well, that-
last we hear of it, though.
Did that guy leave?
Both.
Yeah, he's
Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask. Can we retroact? Like, was there a reward?
For something they didn't even know happened.
Yeah, they didn't even know.
Yeah, we go back to Mason.
Go ahead back to his house. Oh yeah, that's the only thing we found, right? Yeah, it was just that safe.
Yes.
Nothing like.
What was the safe word?
Open sesame. Kumquat.
Boom. Oh.
Kumquat.
I think we'll head out.
Yeah.
So, okay. Please keep me updated. Hope you find it soon.
We'll definitely try.
Ashley's closing the door, lying motherfuckers.
We don't wanna overstay our welcome in your home. Home. Home, sweet home.
Pair up sweet combs.
Huh? Oh.
You know what you're getting into.
Yep.
Where are we going? Are we going back to our lodging and maybe Mason?
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Mason
been
was the one
a
that sent us
while.
to
It's
the
probably
vampire,
close to 7 p.m. now.
I mean, our client.
Ready for some dinner.
Okay, let's do it.
So we go back to the tavern, or do you go back to Mason's house?
Well, Mason's probably at the tavern, right?
He's probably just about starting his shift. He works third shift.
So we might as well just go to the tavern.
I don't know, every time we go there, he's not working, huh? What the hell he does? What does he do at night?
Mine's the only come out at night.
Okay. So you guys get there. Mason is behind the counter.
Yeah, he works like B shift, right?
Yeah, kind of. Like
So-
in between second and third, kind of.
So he is walking around in the daylight. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Running from shadow to
It's still
shadow.
dusk. Well, you know what I mean.
Everybody's a suspect right now.
He's running from shadow to shadow in the street.
It went sword fight. Just kidding.
He's licking Mike. I'm sorry, your Mike?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like, what the fuck? What? Not following that at all. I guess when we get to the tavern, I'll head up to the guy.
Okay. So Mason says, yes, kind of looks down over the bar at you.
So have you heard?
Heard what?
Found it.
You did?
Yep.
Is it everything we expected?
No.
Really?
Do we have a room we could talk?
I'm working.
We can meet in your room. He says, but not now. It's still the dinner rush. He said, we'll meet up. He says, help yourself, or he says, please have a seat, sit down. I'll bring you guys some dinner on me. And he says, and then after
You
dinner
put it on
rush dies
plates
down,
instead.
I was just about ready to say
What did you say?
We're just smart asses,
He's
man.
fucking jackrabbits.
I said, can you put it on plates instead? He said
I
it was
said,
on
dinner's on
him.
me. And he's,
Aw, that's funny.
have a seat. We'll be I'll have some dinner, and then afterward we can meet.
Okay.
I'd like some of that.
Guess I'll...
He goes, bring you some dinner. It's some roast carrots and potatoes. It's quite good. Eventually.
Tastes like shit. I don't know. I can't taste it. Yep.
So, giving you guys the opportunity to do so ahead of time,
haven't
before
figured
you
this out
speak
yet.
with Mason tonight, is there anything you'd like to prepare for him?
Are we going to tell him who it was? I would assume yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that's a problem.
I mean,
I assume that we're all kind of...
Yeah. You're eating dinner, kind of having
Yeah, I don't
private
think that's a
conversation.
I'm gonna lean in here.
Is there anything we need to leave out?
Are we gonna tell him that he told him who we were?
That's what I'm wondering.
What's that?
You said his name and he didn't want.
Oh,
anybody
no,
to-
we're not gonna know. Why would we
We
disclose
should
that?
inquiry
That never
a little
happened.
bit more about the
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it happened.
Yes. as far as he knows, it didn't happen, so it didn't happen.
But what if he finds out it did happen? Then
We'll
it did
deal
happen.
We'll deal with it then.
Wow. That's a weird concept.
This is how real people.
Cover up their fuck ups.
Yeah.
Really? So you guys lie all the time?
No.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Check.
You're lying right now.
No.
I'm trying to ponder this.
Does not compute.
As I'm trying to learn how to eat better, but yeah, it doesn't work.
So, we'll leave out that hiccup,
Hiccup.
but we need to understand their relationship a little bit better.
I mean, you guys. It's like you guys want to throw me under the bus. It's like under the carriage. It's like what? Why would we disclose that? Why would you even think that?
Well, I
Yeah,
didn't say
screwed
we'd
up.
want to.
Yeah, I screwed up and everything. I actually remember somebody's last name and everything. And the worst time to actually remember it is what I did.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna tell them
I didn't think we would. Just making sure. We're
So
on
I
the
shouldn't
same
say
page.
anything.
No.
Okay.
that. You, maybe
Can we
you should
look at the
power
combs?
down.
What?
Yeah, no.
No, we're still
No,
eating.
yeah,
them.
yeah,
I thought we were
I'm
in our room.
I
Sorry.
got those tucked away. I ain't spraying them out yet.
Whoa! What are you doing? Just calm
Go
down.
seek somewhere else.
Usually, you gotta treat somebody to a meal before you get back to your room.
Why did it tangle? I can't get them out.
Okay, so you guys finish up eating, and Mason comes over, says, "Okay," he says, dinner rush is quieting down a little bit. He says, "Give me about an hour, so you guys can go up to your rooms if you want to. You're done eating at this point, and if you feel free to stay and drink or whatever if you want to, but you can also go up to your rooms.
Yeah, I'll go.
Get things ready if you'd like."
I'll probably hang out a little bit and everything. Maybe a half an hour, and then I'll go up.
Okay.
Oh, we go down because our rooms are down in the basement.
Keep an eye on
All right, so
things.
you go up. He stays down for about another half an hour, has another drink or so.
I just went up.
I know.
The Warforged, what do they do?
I go up and go in the inanimate state.
Okay.
I go downstairs where our rooms are actually at.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
shit,
it's
yeah.
Oh,
It's
jeez. Take his inspiration away for the friggin' chill effect. Chill touch right there. Jeez.
No,
Yikes.
I would get
I'll
inspiration
just-
on that if you didn't already have it. That's good. That's good.
No, we go down. I go to the room. So I'm gonna check the combs out.
Check the combs out.
Okay, we check the combs out together.
Okay. So you're an animist.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, I can still see and
Charging.
hear, but
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
because that's what it says. You can still see and hear.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like.
Warforged are cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, we'll bring out the combs. Me and Robot will try to decipher what we have going on here.
okay.
So
So
the next like 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
So
Before he comes down.
Just because we want to make sure that nobody else knows about it. I want him to.
Chip knows, right?
Yeah,
All
I
of
saw
us
him.
know.
Well, yeah, he
I'm
showed
saying,
me. all, yeah.
I don't want like the guy we're going to be talking to in an hour coming a little
Oh, yeah.
early.
Flashing two combs.
So you want to
are
be done
supposed
before him to be able
Yes.
to. Yeah.
That's the idea.
so now that you have these two combs together,
Identical.
you look at they're not identical.
One's painted gold, one's painted silver.
You can tell that the teeth prongs almost seem like staggered, opposite or
So
something.
they go together.
That's
And-
what I was wondering.
But in the one that you scried earlier, you can immediately recognize as the one that you've had in the past. You have a connection with that weapon now. Or comb. It's not a weapon. No, it does
now.
It is not.
Foreshadowing.
That was a Freudian slip. It's not a weapon. It's a comb.
A comb of vampiric turning.
I mean, if you stab somebody hard enough with it, sure.
You comb their hair, they frizzle.
It's got like the pick on one side, so you can kind of use it as a weapon.
There you go. Nice.
Usually, I'm referring to magic weapons. I promise it's not a weapon.
when
It's
you
not
bite
me
with
trying to.
It's magic.
And it's Kevin to Austin and Jamie and Mike and John that.
When you bite with a comb, though, because it's got
Bite.
teeth.
Ba-da-bow.
Womp womp womp.
Stick to me.
Yeah. Now you know how I feel. So, bitch.
What was that?
Wow.
Oh, you yeah.
Suck up.
Suck.
Suck up?
Suck.
Oh.
The trap sucks.
Wow!
He was probably waiting on that one all day, too.
Sort your fucking life out, mate.
I do. I need to find friends.
I think this is the best of friends.
So up your asses.
You guys are all in my crosshairs now.
Okay,
I
so
was it before.
you know that this comb, this magic comb, is
We know it's
the
magic.
one you
magic?
had. There's some essence of magic to it for sure.
Oh.
Um,
I thought I used identify and it was just a normal comb.
Yeah, but you roll crappy.
Sometimes I do.
Most
maybe
times.
it's not. I don't know. I honestly.
The DM doesn't even know.
And he's drinking like regular pop.
If I don't know, how can they? Okay, so you have, so you know which one
He's got a
you had
consultant,
previously.
Cooper.
They
Look
do.
at this,
They
right?
do look very, very
Let me text
similar.
Clint.
But one is they are slightly different, and like I said, you can't identify which one was the first comb you found.
Okay. Can I try to examine the new comb a little closer, like see if there's any different markings? Like it would.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know what to do with it.
yeah. So
I might have an idea.
He's not there yet.
No.
You're not?
No, you're not. You stayed behind to
Oh,
drink
well-
for a half hour.
He's thinking on his own.
Well, I already said, do they go together?
you are trying to put them together.
He didn't
I
try to
mean,
put-
delicately, I guess. But, yeah, I'm not like trying to break it.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
you
how you
try
bite
to try to
someone,
combine the teeth together because they look like they fit together, and they do. And when you put them together, they fuse.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh, this is great. I have no idea that this is going on.
I was like, oh,
We're
Rob.
all in the same room, right? We're all in the same-
I'm not.
No, I meant we have one room.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, he put you guys in the same room.
I say I see and hear this, but I'm still not.
Rob? Yeah, I didn't get a
When-
chance to read it.
When they fuse, like, what is it? Like, how is it fused?
Like it's seamless. Like
So
no
they're all the
there's
writing.
like a bright, blinding light.
Is it like glowing or
They
just?
fuse together. And
Oh.
where it fused was not glowing. It did for a second, but now it's not. But now the runes on the combs seem to be glowing.
Oh man, you ruins
I
it.
do comprehend languages.
And I would like to use identify.
And there's a new set of runes that appear. So like where the teeth were, there's a new it's like I said, it's seamless. You cannot tell where the teeth used to be, and now there's
There's a
like a
portal
new
that
set of
opens up behind.
runes there.
Okay.
What was your question?
I'd like to use the identify spell.
Okay.
Identify any type of magical essence of the object.
Yep. Let me read the spell.
We'll call
Okay,
this
and I'd
Coleman
like
effect.
to comprehend languages.
Okay.
If it's well, right now he's got it, but so.
I mean, we're looking at it together.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like, hey, get away.
We left the eyes.
Oh shit, man. The thing is, though, is the
He's gonna
Aelid
turn into
may
what's his
have
face
not
from
known
Lord of the
about
Rings.
the other combs. I can't.
We didn't find her comb.
Yeah, that's not her comb anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So what you find is that this you don't know the exact name of this object, but it's some type of dowsing item.
Dowsing?
So yeah, so like it's meant to.
Find vampires.
So I think like, you guys know what a comb looks like. Well, it's two combs that are fused together. Now it
Yeah.
has the two tines that stick down. You actually flip it upside down. You hold it inside, and there's you have to attune to this to be able to use it. And there's a spell word that you would you would get to set, and then it has 1 activation per day, and then when you activate that, the 2 tines now act like an antenna, and it will locate the closest magical item to you.
Oh, that's super cool. That sucks.
She never gonna get these combs back.
Ooh. It's only gonna find me. I'm magical.
Magically delicious.
How long does that last? Like the one, like I know you can use it once per day.
24
And like,
hours.
how long does it last for it to detect?
24 hours.
So it will tell you.
So 7.
It will tell you the exact. Like it will point you in the exact direction, and it will tell you with the distance away. That's it. That's its charge for the day.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's like you walk in and it's like, oh no, it's
Like,
slightly
beep,
to the
beep, beep,
right.
beep. No.
Okay.
No.
What is that? What are
Does
those
it tell you what
sticks?
the object is?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. We need to go back to that dude's house.
You along with the identifier, like you said, you can't for some reason. There's something. Usually, you would be able to know, like whoever created this magic item, you would know what it is, like its name, what they named it, and stuff like that. But something is blocking you from finding that out. But it's what you can gain from it, even though you can't gain the exact name, is that this is created by some type of, or maybe not by, but for some type of archivist to find magic items.
Okay.
So I did the comprehend languages. Did I read anything on, or is that
Yeah. So like it you guys actually almost find out the exact same things. Like what the runes, they're in ancient Gnomish, and it's hard to read since it's in ancient Gnomish. But with what he learned from Identify, it basically summarizes the same things in like a step-by-step direction on how to use it. So if you weren't necessarily like a magic user or have an Identify spell, you could use that. So between the two of you kind of realizing that together, it doesn't make sense for most magic items to have instructions on them. So it's likely that the person that this was made for was not an innate magic user.
I see.
Crokinowing over here.
Hey, what?
Crokinowing?
No.
Oh, don't even get the DM started.
How long does it take to attune to something?
usually 8 hours, isn't it? Or a day? Isn't
I don't know.
8 hours?
I don't remember. It's been a very long
The
time.
bard would probably know that. He knows all about tunes.
Uh-huh.
Bing, 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 bing. He knows a tune.
B2.
He knows another tune.
Short rest.
He knows a few.
Focus on it and be in physical contact.
Can you do that while you're sleeping?
Not while I sleep, but I mean it's a short rest, so it's only
Short rest is how long?
an hour.
Oh, there
Could I try doing that while we wait? Or does that
You
not
might get
do it?
interrupted.
Okay, I'll not do it.
It took you guys
you
a
gotta
few
hide
minutes.
it. Yeah,
to-
because we want
to
to hide
do
this
it.
anyway, because we didn't know what's his name.
Yeah. So I think this is a problem.
That's a good thing.
All right. It's been about a half an hour, so Novak, if you want to come downstairs at that point in time, you
I will.
okay? You walk in, you see. That's just Chip in the corner.
Oh man!
That's how he powers down.
He's trying to find that off switch. I
So
woke up. I had the weirdest dream.
Cover your butt.
So you see these two gentlemen holding
Look guilty.
holding this silver instrument that has two antennae sticking out of it.
Well, we probably. Well,
I'd be like,
Um,
what is that?
I think we fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'm not the only one and everything.
Yeah. So you know those combs?
There are no more.
What did you do?
They're together.
we went like
I
this.
see that. What did you
We
do?
went like this.
Well, they had staggering teeth, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, kind of, and then they just fused.
Like this. So at least we know why. What's his nuts wanted to run the other comb.
I think, yeah, it's kind of a problem.
So wait, wow. Okay, what is it? What is it? What is it now?
We
Basically, what
find
found
magic
out-
stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna point us to the closest magic item.
We find magic stuff.
We find magic stuff.
It's like, yes, good on. Sit down now.
No, it finds magic stuff.
He's not wrong.
It finds magic?
Yeah.
Yes, it's meant to find magic items.
Like tells you which direction and how far.
Okay, so we know that Sindri wanted both,
Yes, because he had the other half.
but Ayla only wanted the one that was stolen from... She was selling it. So why would he want... Okay, so obviously this is something for
He
vampires.
probably didn't have money to buy it.
Well, obviously, you know, his hired vampire or whatever the heck they're called, they all wanted this. For
I think
something.
he wanted it for himself.
Did he?
Well, he paid us to go find it.
Yeah, but was it for him or for his master?
I'm assuming for him. If it was for his master, he would have gave the other piece to him.
He only had one piece.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So you think that he would just give away his one that he actually had?
Yeah. If it was for the higher up, he wouldn't have...
So you're saying that maybe he was the high vampire?
No, I'm just saying he could have been greedy and wanted to be the high one, and he wanted to use this to go find the weapon to make him better.
Regardless, why would a vampire want both of these? And
Well, I can see
whatever
why
that is.
anybody would want it.
Why would they want it specifically?
Who wouldn't want this?
Well, I mean, there has to be something specific that they're looking for.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But what could that be?
I don't know.
Well, we
I
could
don't
use
have
it
talk
once
to the dead.
I attune to it.
Once you attune to it?
What's a magic item? Doesn't
means-
work unless I attune to it.
It's gotta be...
I guess I would probably assume that I know
What the hell he's
magical.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like he... Well, or he
I'm
can
not-
explain it. Yeah.
I'm not completely deaf to like wizards and
Roll an
stuff like
Arcana
that.
check.
Yeah, so like powerful magic items that...
No, I'm just saying my character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll an Arcana check. Maybe you don't know.
Sometimes powerful items you have to attune to it. It has to become part you and part it. It's like marriage.
Like my gun. I am attuned.
Marriage.
Keep in mind, you can only be attuned to 3 things.
Not as an artificer.
Nice.
So what are you hoping to find?
I don't know.
You're just looking for the nearest thing?
I figured we have it. Might as well see if we find something with it.
I'm just asking.
It's gonna
If
find
you're,
his gun
if you're
every
looking
time
for
it's
something
goes magical.
specific,
It's very possible that it does nothing for us. What?
I'm just asking if you're looking for something specific.
No. No.
No, we just figured this out.
No, I didn't even really want it to combine.
We just
Yeah,
see
I
it.
didn't want that either. I didn't want them to combine either.
Yeah, I didn't plan on that. But now that we have it, we're kind of fucked.
No, not really.
Kind of. Well, it doesn't come apart that I know of.
Well, it came apart at one time.
You know, all this seems.
Possible.
You know, all this seems like it's a ploy, just to get us to that freaking college that he wants us to go to, with all the wizards and everything. Did that cross your mind?
No.
They just happen to combine and everything, and he doesn't know how to separate.
I was watching
them.
them. I was like, I was going.
We
I think it looks
did
like
it together.
Yeah.
Like idiots.
Wonder Twin powers.
we capitalized, man.
We were high fiving. We're like,
Okay. Well, I'll just throw this out there then. Who would know anything more about that?
Ayla.
Do you think that she would, or would some other wizards know about this?
Well, she had half of it at one point.
Yeah.
yeah, but she was selling it.
She obviously didn't seem like she knew what she had.
No, not if she's had it at the auction.
So who else would know that could happen?
But it's possible that
Snoop Dizzle.
one of the people in the tower would know, but we don't have access to them.
I know, but this is a good way to get in there, isn't it? I don't trust this gnome.
He pulls out his gun.
This is his plan all along. Okay, well,
He's been trying
Whatever.
to off us all along, anyways. I was stuck, guys. I tried.
that's very true, Chip.
No,
That is
that's
a good point.
me.
Nope, that is a good
He's-
point.
No,
sleeping in the
I'm
corner.
inanimate. That's just me saying it in general.
Well, whatever it is, this stays between us. Nobody
Well,
knows
duh.
either of these. Excuse me for thinking that I needed to, clarify that.
I know not all of us in this group knows to not tell other people's names.
One time. You heard what he wanted to say. What he wanted to
it
tell
was
us.
much worse than what you. Kind of.
Debatable.
Both were bad.
I was gonna say.
This was also bad. Okay, I'm gonna put this away.
I'm putting this in my pants now.
Chip still powered down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the door.
I'm not decent.
What is it with these words?
I don't know where they've been learning.
You know, after the war, they just kind of they lost all purpose.
and programming.
Not for the third time. Nobody's still good.
Hey, you're gonna answer. I thought you were getting up to answer the door.
He just told you to.
What?
Oh, he told me to. Oh, I gotta answer the door.
Okay.
I
This is I was beginning to think something was wrong.
was.
I put that away though. Like,
We just weren't
it's not
decent.
So he kind of looks down the basement hallway that he's in. He's like, okay. He steps in. He says, and closes the door behind him. He says, what news do you have for me?
So,
Do we have any news?
what's that?
Yeah.
Do we have any news?
Yeah,
Oh,
we found the
yeah.
vampire.
We found the vampire.
You found Ayla?
It wasn't Ayla.
Get out.
It was.
All right, guys, pack up your shit. We gotta go.
It was her neighbor.
Man. Are you sure?
It's taken
Pretty
care of.
sure they're not. They're no longer with us.
Oh.
You failed to tell us that there was another one before this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought that was implied with there being a higher vampire. That of course there's other vampires.
But you failed to tell us what had transpired before this. Why did you withhold that?
Since I didn't
That could have been helpful.
necessarily withhold it, you didn't ask. I didn't know that it'd be helpful.
So we're just supposed to know that we have to ask if there was other ones prior to this?
I didn't care about other vampires. I cared about Ayla being a vampire.
Yeah, because you have a rift with her family.
How did you know that?
Because when we took care of Sindri,
Sigma.
Signy,
Different
sorry.
You see the slightest move in me, just because I wanted.
You fucked up a character.
I want to say something, but I'm still gonna remain powered down.
He's giggling in the inside.
Because we had to deal with a
like-
crowd of people, including the neighbors, when we took care of Signy. And she was one of us. Or she was one of them. And we questioned her, asked her if she had any enemies, and your name came up.
Yeah.
Took care of that, guys, don't worry.
She says, oh, she thinks I'm an enemy.
Yeah. Because of your family histories.
Yeah, our family histories. Her family ruined mine.
That's what I had heard.
I'm here because of her and her family.
That's what I heard.
I used to live in High Crown with her. We were even friends, I thought.
What did they do? What did they do to your family?
They sabotaged our bank.
How?
They set everything up for us to fail.
Blood bank? Never mind.
In which way?
We thought we were in this together, where we would, as two banks, we would weigh our risks and our stocks against each other to make sure that we were backing what we thought were reasonable loans to give out, and we weren't. They were misleading us the entire time. We took all the high risk loans while they took all the high interest, low risk loans, and eventually we weren't able to collect. We thought we had a partnership, but what we got was stabbed in the back.
I understand your frustration and wanting it to be her, but it's not her.
That we know of. Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
Did you say that?
no. I got thinking about it. Like,
Cheap.
okay, how do I say it a different way?
Oh boy.
Oh, this will be good.
We did some investigation on her, and as far as we know, she is not the one. We did.
He says,
We gooped some
Okay.
crap on her, and you gooped crap on her. and-
Oh wow, this is.
And who knows what he did upstairs?
Gave her the old pork sword. Gave her the old.
he says, all right. Fair enough, I suppose.
Do you have any more information about these vampires incidents that are going on?
He says, no, I thought that was it, and I thought I had it locked down to her.
You were blinded.
I suppose you're right.
Not to say that she's right or anything, or she doesn't have any involvement. We
Her
don't
next
know.
door neighbor. I was so close.
I mean,
I
you
thought
were,
it had to be her.
you were close. You were right next door.
Well,
And then you were also right about not having ruined her reputation, and then the other guy got away with it.
Ace is fair. I suppose this feud goes way back. I was just a child when our bank collapsed. He says the rest of my family either died or moved out of the city. Of shame. I stuck around for some reason. Maybe out of wrath or guilt or some want for revenge. He says I'm not sure. He says either way. I suppose it is what it is. Well, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you're in Korth. You did me a huge favor, regardless if it was what I wanted the outcome to be or not.
What were you looking to gain if it was Ayla?
He says, I thought maybe I could take it to the courts at that point. If it was some type of mass conspiracy, if I could prove she was some type of evil creature that sabotaged my family, I don't know.
Are they about the same age?
Yeah.
But she would have been a child too, so it wouldn't have been her.
Right.
It wouldn't be in her involvement.
Right.
What is Mason? Is he a human?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Mason and Ayla are both humans.
Oh, he is. You
I thought she was no.
No, Signy
You
was.
told me.
I
Damn
thought-
it, Chip!
Oh, I thought she wasn't.
He gets all of them species
She's human.
mixed
I
up.
know.
You're all humanoid.
Does he leave?
Yeah, he says, okay.
You guys don't have anything.
Thanks
else.
again. He closes the door. He says, be upstairs if you need anything. Kind of tell he's defeated.
Boom, boom.
It's probably nighttime.
Now what the hell do we do with that thing?
Well, I can try to attune to it and can see what it does or shows us.
What do you need?
An hour.
Time.
Time? Go in the other room. If they're
I'll just
of this room.
go like right here.
In the closet.
Just like
Go in the
a
closet.
broom closet, yeah.
Yeah. You're small. We'll stand watch and everything.
Okay.
We'll make sure you're not disturbed.
All right, I guess I'll. attempt-
Somebody won't knock on the closet door.
I powered out.
Oh. Works. That works.
That does work. All right, I guess I'll attempt to attune to it.
Okay.
And he never told me about the money, right? You never told me
Oh.
about the money.
Not purposefully. I dispensed.
No,
that.
no. I don't want to hear it and everything. I just want to know. You didn't say anything about the money.
We just forgot.
To
we
me.
Were, we were,
To me.
I just forgot.
Do you feel like you?
Yeah,
would
I
have?
know.
Yeah, I would have. I would. I
Oh.
split the other stuff that I stole. So
I was just.
So what do we get?
Stole. Yeah, great. And I just gave you a magic item finder.
I
So what-
Got payment for it. We found the comb and got paid for it.
I meant the other 1,000 gold. I split that up.
1,000?
What the?
Oh,
From the Santa Claus.
from the
I know it's
safe.
1,500.
No, it's from
1,500.
Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
1,500 is from...
That's what I was talking about. I spent the other 1,500 though evenly as much as I can.
Okay.
Which is 24. So
That much. 75? So, or...
750. No, that's not mine.
Yeah.
It's close, isn't it?
No, 750.
Oh,
is
750.
well, it's
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
Divided again.
I was like, he said
375.
7 or something. I'm like, what? 275?
Plus 375.
375?
375, yeah.
Well, I don't leave all mine to Mason. If that would help at all. You know,
Probably would. Might help you get a new start. That's a lot of money.
because it seems like, at least on the surface level, yeah, he seems like his family got freaking screwed and everything. So
They did.
I'm just gonna leave that to him. However, makes sense. I don't know if that's just. Oh yeah, you know he cleans. You know he makes the sheets and stuff, changes them out and everything every night, and just leave it on the table for him. Whatever's on there.
Give him a
He would be the
50.
ones that take care of that, considering he's the one kind of risking you guys being down there.
Yeah, I leave all of mine to him then.
All right.
And then I'll do the attunement.
Okay. You attuned this magic item.
Do I know the names now?
Patient.
You make up your own name, buddy. Your own...
I mean,
Yeah, you make him a name this time. DM always does make up a name.
Cornelius. Need TP for my book move.
yes,
no.
you do now,
Ting ting. Ting 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 ting.
and it's called the blood venom beacon.
Oh, that's a great name.
Oh boy, I don't like the sound of that.
What is it?
Blood venom beacon.
Ooh.
So I've attuned to this.
he comes out of the closet.
I need some blood!
Triumphant.
It turns into a vampire.
I don't love what this magic item is named. It's the blood venom beacon.
Well, that would explain why the vampires were interested then, just by the name.
I would agree with that statement.
So Ayla didn't care. She was just pawning it off. But Signature was interested in it. But who else? Who else could be interested in it?
I don't know. I could try to use a charge and see how far away something is, I guess.
Yeah, but does it turn you into something that you don't want to be?
I have no idea.
Have we? I'm gonna roll and see if I ever heard of that before.
I guess I can try to.
No, I didn't hear shit.
18.
Here, what?
If
are you trying to do?
the
No.
name blood venom beacon means anything to us.
Oh.
Apparently no.
I was one side away from a natural 20. Nope. Let's take notes over there. Oh, yeah, this is not going to die now.
And he dies.
After
You got
3
24 hours
charges.
left to live before you turn into a vampire.
Well, what's next?
What is that?
Long rest.
Before we rest, I'll try to use the thing and see if it comes up with anything.
Yeah, but I mean, do you have to ask what you're looking for, or it just shows you
It
whatever?
shows the
It just-
nearest, I think.
Yep. So it
Oh, it's in Novak's trousers.
no, it does
The
not.
legend.
So now that you're you're tuned, what you is it seems to ignore items that you are attuned to.
Okay.
So it does not point immediately to your gun.
That's
Nobody
great.
else has any magic items, correct? That
No.
I'm aware of. Okay.
DM never gave us any.
The closest,
This was their option too.
and it points like southeast of here, maybe like a few hundred feet. I'm not gonna try to give exact directions.
Right to A1.
No,
No,
a few hundred feet.
Oh.
It's like you're kind of thinking of your surroundings. It's
the
almost
tower.
assuredly the auction house.
Oh.
That kind of makes sense.
We never did go there, did we?
Yeah,
We did.
We might have for like a split
Oh, maybe-
second, just a
yeah,
question.
Maybe a question.
Yeah,
We'll go get that one guy out of that.
Man, I don't think we did though.
I think we did just for
We
a
might
split
have
second,
just,
just before we went and searched the forest that one time.
Maybe we should
The
head
first
there
time.
just to see if there's anything in the morning.
I don't remember talking to anybody.
Yeah,
There.
I don't. I'm not 100%.
That's I thought we went there to talk to him who stole it or
Yes,
whatever, but
just
I don't
to-
remember.
Yeah.
Would it be uncommon that magic items would be at the auction house?
No, not at all. Like it makes sense that
Okay, so
that's probably where we're gonna get the most money for a magic item.
so it's not necessarily like that would be a clue to anything. It's just like, duh, there's magic items there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the other hand, if there was a magic item that we were looking for, that would be a good place to start.
What, another comb?
Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
This is becoming a real transformer.
Uh,
Or sorry, Voltron.
There was some Transformers that sound bigger.
Yeah.
Destructicons.
well, at least it didn't point us to the direction of the that one house we went.
Greenrock Ranch.
No.
That's what I was going. It points way west. Oh shit!
Points you to the train. Well, we'll know. That one guy's, we went to the store that we randomly found stuff. When we first got off the train station, we went into that store that we randomly found stuff that we couldn't afford.
When we first got here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the store.
Chandra the Seer, I believe.
Well, I mean, we could check that out at some point. Or
Tomorrow morning.
I don't know what else to do.
Well, I'm sleeping anyway.
I don't really either.
Bored.
Alright, I guess we'll rest.
All right. With that, we'll take a break then.
Leveled up.
Number 7.
There's my level up right there.
Yeah.
I don't hear nothing.
What?
Oh, I thought you was playing a button.
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to
No, that's what.
play anything for free.
No.
Yes, it does.
I really gotta pee though.
I don't have anything.
All right.
Jeez, I gotta take a leak so bad I can taste it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's go eat, huh?
Okay, we're back. So, you guys get a long night's rest. Wake up. You are now attuned to this. What used to be 2 combs, now dowsing machine. The
We wake up.
Blood
There's a
venom
bunch of
beacon?
bodies. There's a bunch of bodies in our room. What did you do?
Here's the beacon.
I was on watch.
Anybody that went into the tap room?
I'm level 10 now, by the way.
You got it on tape.
Sorry.
All right. So, what do we do now?
I don't know. What do we do? We kind of screwed the pooch on the cone.
Not really.
You keep saying not really, but I don't think you know what those words mean.
You guys are gonna be such a hard time for revealing somebody's name. And here I come in and the combs are forged and everything. You can't. Oh boy.
It wasn't on purpose.
Well, it wasn't on purpose for me either. I didn't purposely I slipped my
Well,
mind.
anyway.
Can I pull them apart? Like, is that like an option? To like.
Strength check.
You just try pulling them apart.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Oh, they don't budge.
Yeah. they're actually fused. Like, you're not coming apart. Yeah. What do we do?
Tell her
Not saying they couldn't be magically pulled apart again. Obviously, they were at some point in time.
I'm in.
But it's not. It's not trivial or part of the feature of the magic item.
Yeah. Well,
It would be redactor.
what do you guys think we should do?
Let's go to the auction house.
I mean, there's that, or we can't tell her. We can't start going around and stuff asking people and everything about how to separate these because
I don't think we can.
I don't think
also,
we need to give it back.
Do we tell her about the cone? No.
No.
Okay. So we just have to abandon that. Then
temporarily.
for what?
For what?
Don't like to do what?
I don't know. That's the thing. In my mind, there's only two
Let's go back to a ranch.
What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
Let's go back to the ranch.
Let's go back to a quiet life.
Fucking finally! I can do what I have prepared.
They told us what to do.
I mean, there's only really two options. We follow this thing and see what happens, or we try and gain access to the tower.
Well,
See if
gaining
they can
access to
help.
the tower was to go through Ayla.
That's what yeah. I'm not saying that it's easy.
Do we just give her the magic device?
We're not going to tell her that we have
I'd
the
rather
comb.
not, but
I wonder if Snoop. No, Snoop
I wonder if
Dogg
you showed
would
it to her,
know.
if she would recognize it. Being it's fused now.
I mean, does it look like two combs fused together? Or does it look like something like almost completely different?
If you guys can recognize it as the two combs because
We
we
watched
saw
that.
it apart,
Right.
but like it's seamless. It looks like a square box with. I mean, it does have the intricate carving still, but it's got like two antennas sticking out the side. You know.
Did we ask her? Did we ask Ayla why she wants this comb?
No.
I don't believe you did.
Oh, that
think
would be
it-
pertinent information.
I think it's just because she's losing out on money because she was selling it.
What if we
At the auction.
scrounged up enough money to pay for the item? Then?
We're gonna pay for an item that doesn't exist?
I just
So
meant
they-
so that we're still on her good side.
That seems like it draw more attention to us. Like, oh, here's the money for that comb that you
Why would we
hired
need
us
to
to
get-
find.
Oh,
can't
I see what you're
find
saying.
it,
You mean
so-
buy it from her?
Yeah, like buy it from her.
I imagine that was probably going to go for a pretty gold piece. So,
Well, we can always ask.
do you have 30,000 gold pieces on you? Or?
No, but we can go
well,
see
those
Santa
were
Claus.
We just need to visit the Santa Claus a few more times. We'll get there eventually.
You have another job? Oh, yeah, we already did that.
We did it again.
Okay, so if that's not an option, is there a...
We could follow that to the auction house, and also, I don't know, get a quote and everything on how much this thing is worth.
Part of it's already been sold, kind of.
Well, I'm just saying that maybe somebody there knows something.
You think that's gonna be a better bet than going to Ayla, who's gonna find out that we're trying to peddle?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to her. She scares me.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like the original item, is what I'm saying.
But it
Because it's
Still has
kind
all the
of
runes.
does.
But nobody knows how to read it. So,
I mean,
It could just be another item with those type of
true.
runes and language on it, though.
if you guys had the means to decipher it, find out what it does, chances are this auction house that sells priceless items is also going to have the means to figure out what it is.
I disguise it.
Duck's kidding.
Like this auction house is known like throughout like the eastern portion of Corvair. People come from other countries altogether to buy things from here.
So what if we do this? We go to the auction house. We found this in the whatever those woods are. I forget again.
Reckonwood?
Reckonwood. We found this in the Reckonwood. We were looking for a comb. We stumbled across this. Is this worth anything? And
I'm
then
gonna
if-
be worth a lot.
And then if they say, if they kind of like, wait a minute, this is like two combs fused together.
They're not gonna.
Then we go back to Ayla, like, we may have found your comb.
But it's not what it once was.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kills us because that's what she wanted it for.
Well, we're
Well, no, not really. Because
really coming back.
Well, I don't really have any other idea.
So neither. Chip?
The only thing I
Yeah.
could maybe think of is there like a library of just like that you could go to that might have like old tales of once lost objects.
So the only type of library, like there's a library
tower.
here for sure, but again, yeah, the only library that would likely have any information on this is the library in the tower.
All right, so I think we're going back to Ayla at some point. We can do that series of events though, so we're not technically lying.
we could say
Yeah,
when we put it in your pants, it went.
Is that a lie? Because I seem to
then-
recall you guys lie all the time.
But then she would know that we had both, combs.
Well, maybe the other person had both.
We found it in the state that it is in. Let's go to the auction house. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Because if somebody like recognizes it and stuff, and they get all excited and everything.
Yeah, but they may also
I'm
know
gonna
that
scream
what's his
vampire.
nut has the other piece, or had the other piece.
Possibly.
Well,
They may just be excited, like, oh, that's worth a lot. And we
Alright,
got
we
a
can try
target.
it.
And we got a target on our backs.
I disguise self. But I don't have that spell.
Nobody knows who you are anyway, so.
Transform into something else.
I got a blue hat on. So the purple.
This is just my stapler.
All right, do you want to try that though, or then?
I think that's a great idea because it was my idea.
All right,
I kind of like it.
we're gonna go with this idea.
It's probably going to be really bad.
I think so, but let's do it.
So we're at the auction house.
Apparently,
Okay.
What could go wrong?
everything.
Oh, really?
This
Okay.
could be the end of the campaign.
Ayla's there. She's looking for some items.
You mean I need to start?
Who's
writing up-
Anita?
Huh?
Anita, what?
I said I need to
Oh,
Oh, it's
Start-
Aida.
start writing a new character up for
It's not
this
Anita.
campaign.
It's Aida.
Actually,
oh. Anita. My name's Anita.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the auction house. You go there as soon as they open. And you're greeted. You're not greeted. It's not an auction day. It's not very busy. So you guys walk up to the front
Kids
counter.
up.
Nobody's there. At the front counter, that is. Everything's like walled behind like a chain link gate type thing. It's fancier than chain link. It's like a nice gate. You know what I mean? It's
Just
there's-
bars.
There's just like seating and stuff in this front lounge or whatever where people could wait before the auction starts or whatever. Yeah, bars. So that's what I thought you were getting at first.
No.
What?
You're the kind of bar.
That's how you get your. That's how you get your.
That's the bar after you drink too much.
No, that's how they get the high prices, and they get everybody drunk. Oh yeah.
You can see a little buzzer on the front service desk. This is press for service.
Oh, I thought we were sure. I thought we were sure I was gonna be like.
I had a feeling. Had a feeling.
I didn't get to it.
Did you press it?
No, I was just making it up.
Oh, I thought you did.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I was
guess.
Hey,
just-
Chip. Press that button.
All right.
Makes like the
Tickles.
like the obnoxious like buzz sound. You hear a One moment. And then, a moment. A dwarven woman comes walking out from. She opens one of the gates and closes it behind her. What can I help you with?
DM to player.
The button.
What woods were we in to go find the comb? Was it the Breckenwood?
Breckenwood, yes.
Okay.
No.
The other woods.
Yeah.
I think it was the other wood.
It was the Nightwood.
The Nightwood.
Breckenwood was where we found the
choice nuggets.
What?
I don't know.
Just doing the noise for the button.
Button.
Oh.
I was confused as well.
Okay, at least it wasn't just me. Yeah, so it is the Nightwood.
Okay, Nightwood. Awesome.
In the Nightwood.
We were in the Nightwood. We stumbled across an object. Just wondering if you could tell us some more about it, or get a price on it, or anything you could tell us.
She says, yes, of course. She said, I'll have to run that through our magistrate, so we
Got
can run
two
identify
boys.
on it.
Her testicles are this big.
What the hell?
She says, but we can do that for sure. You just have to leave the item with us. They'll be back tomorrow.
Oh.
They come in on auction days.
I don't really want to leave the object.
Understandable. You can come back tomorrow.
Alright, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye, Steve. You said it was a woman in your voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stout woman.
Oh.
It's a dwarven woman.
Testicles.
So we didn't get much anywhere there.
I say go. What's her name? What's her name's house? Nestor.
Ayla?
Pressing one to war on the way out.
Well, actually,
What do you got? What's up?
because it was never purchased. It was stolen, right? The comb.
Yes.
So I pushed the button again.
Oh my god.
So no.
One moment. Yes, I'm here. What can I do you need something else?
Yes. Do you have? What's her name again?
She never said.
Not her name.
Ayla's?
Ayla's.
Ayla's name. What's the Ayla's name?
I said, what was her name again? I didn't say Ayla.
Rewind.
I said, when we're looking for the comb that was stolen from here. Did they have a record of it and how much it was worth?
I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
Oh, all right. Well, we're hired by her to go find it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Chip, leave that alone.
Will that be all?
Apparently, he told a slight no. He's like, oh shit, I guess our campaign's over.
Nobody else is fucking asking any questions.
I just talked to her. You know her.
That's confidential. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Push the button before we leave.
And then you walk out. One moment. And then you guys leave.
Boy, you really got scared away like a bitch, didn't you?
Her testicles were bigger than my head.
How would you know?
I can tell by her voice.
Oh shit.
It's like that time when we were in the Nightwood. And Rob went up to the the fire. Get out of here! Oh, okay.
I go back.
And then I go back. Yeah.
Do you want to go back?
Why are you back here? Oh, okay. Oh shit.
That's why you want to play at Demoxy, because that way you can run away with the chair between your legs. You're a big pussy.
Oh shit. Oh. I guess
That went well.
about as expected. We could.
I mean, you can wait till tomorrow to see the magistrate. You can go someplace else. You can. Your choices are literally endless.
What do you think?
Yep. Playing something over there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's up with that.
Don't trust the other side of the table.
I wouldn't. We're over here finding combs, right?
Well, it's either we wait or we just go to Ayla with our tail between our legs.
Might as well just go there.
You know, if I don't think we should actually go to Ayla's this quickly.
Just after yesterday.
Yeah, because we're like, have to go to the Nightwood, complete that task, come back. We did that in less than 6 hours. Like, that's probably not.
Last time we did.
We did tell her it was at the top of our list, so we are efficient.
You'd have to be. Maybe we just wait it out, go to the magistrate tomorrow.
I don't like it.
Let's go get a Snoop
do that.
Dizzles and get some more stuff.
I knew somebody was going to say that, and I knew it was going to be him.
Gotta get my fix.
You can go to Snoop Dizzles, pick up some
Choice nuggets.
pick up some push on the way.
Well, we could also get some more of that liquid.
That's why we're going there for.
Oh, is that why? I'm sure.
To get some more kush.
Okay. You guys actually happen to make it there this time when he's open.
That's what
Oh yeah.
Wait.
We'll just wait outside the door.
His helper's name's Martha.
We all stopped to tie our boots up like 5 times just so we can get there right before they close.
Do you?
No.
You knock.
You don't have to. It's open.
It is.
Oh, you just walk in, huh?
We walk in.
You just walk into places.
Yeah.
It's a store.
Looks up from his desk. Hello, can I help? Oh.
I wasn't expecting you guys so early.
Opens up the back. Opens up the door to the back. Or he doesn't. He just points you in that direction. You guys open the door to the back. Smoke rolls out again.
What knocked first?
Oh, okay.
You just walked in.
This is his office. Knock before you went in his office. The store, you walk in. Office, you knock.
Come in,
Joey
baby.
doesn't share food.
Don't know how those two things go together, but
Did you bring him any munchies for him?
No,
Oh.
I don't have any.
Oh. You should have brought him some vampire jerky.
He says, come on in. Opens the door. Smoke rolls out. What do you do, babies?
We want to thank you for that vampire slayer stuff.
Oh, yeah, you dig? It worked good?
Oh, yeah.
I heard. Nice.
is there any way you can get us some more?
I could probably procure some.
How long do you think that would take?
Give me till tomorrow morning.
Okay.
You plan on doing some more vampire hunting?
We have no idea. Might just increase.
As Kevin was taking the drink.
Wait.
I don't have that one on here.
Oh. You boys need anything else?
I don't.
He makes. It's a herb shop, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
alchemy or whatever.
Yeah.
What else does he have in the store? Did we ever investigate the store to see what he had, or
Investigate.
Not investigate, but shopped.
He has like your standard like tinctures and ointments and stuff like that to cure like most of your ailments and stuff like that. You know.
Kill your ailments.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to say. To cure your ailments.
What is funny is like you didn't really mess up the first time, and then you're like cure. You're like to cure your ailments.
No, I said keel.
He said keel.
I said keel. I messed it up. If I would have known it sounded right, I would have corrected myself.
Oh, I can't take it. I think that hat's a little tight, cutting up the circulation.
Oh man.
Might be.
Well,
We leave. I guess. I don't know.
all right.
I don't know.
Stay safe out there, babies.
Did we get any of the more
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow morning.
I missed
What's it gonna
Yeah, you're
cost?
too busy laughing at me to pay attention to the story.
Yeah, he didn't know shit.
I was.
Now we know why that hat's green.
Seems like everything we want to do is gonna happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Kevin planned it this way.
I don't think I
we'll wait
have that
till
on here.
tomorrow.
Okay. You guys have some downtime? Or anything you want to work on in the meantime?
Yeah, I leveled up, so I'm gonna make my little. I get a little thing that I can add to my gun that'll shoot like a little blast of arcane energy.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you
I'll
can
look
take
at
the time to do that. Go back to your room in the tavern and tink away.
that. Cool.
Make me an Arcana check while you're doing that.
20.
Or Intelligence check, whatever. That's probably the same. Whatever you prefer.
20.
20?
2. Add 2.
Okay, yeah, whatever's better for you. Whatever you do with me. Okay. You're able to kind of get more familiarized with your weapon as you make these adjustments and everything like that. I'm gonna say you can now reliably select what spell you need to cast.
Okay.
Sweet. Home Alabama.
Okay, anybody else want to do anything in their downtime? Tink breaks off. Says I'm gonna go back, work on my rifle. I'm also gonna work on my gun.
Aha.
His love gun. Love gun. Nope.
Okay.
Got nothing to kill.
I don't know what to do.
I am so bored.
Okay.
How else am I going to level up if we don't kill something?
Come on, let's keep a little optimism.
Okay. So, yes. Do nothing. You do something. Sleep. Next morning.
Okay, do we want to go to Snoop, grab the oil, then go to the magistrate?
Yeah, I'd rather get that stuff before anything else.
Let's go to Snoop's then.
Okay. You guys go to Snoop. Shop's open. You guys walk in, and he says, "Oh, it's still early yet. He's sleeping." He says, "Here, he left this for you."
Oh, sweet.
And he hands whoever walks up to the.
Well, I imagine that it's probably odd. He's pretty.
And he says, "Here you are."
How much?
It's on Snoop.
All right. Cool.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, what did you do to him? What did you give him?
Oh.
We gave him the righteous nooks, man.
This is true. This is true.
We helped his business work. Remember, he said that he had to kill that flower thing because he wasn't getting the stuff he needed.
Corpse flower.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll go then to the
Auction.
auction house, the magistrate, see if he can.
Sheila.
Can I help you?
So much busier today.
Walk up the button.
She's at the service counter. There's multiple people.
Still gonna push the button.
You guys have to wait in line at this point.
Chip goes up and pushes the button.
Gets thrown out.
Where it is.
You cut in front of everybody. Sure. Press the button. She says, "Sir, you have to wait in line now." Sir, you have to wait in line now.
Way back there?
Way back there. So you guys wait your turn. Eventually, make it up to the front of the line. She says, "Yes, what can I help you with?"
We still.
Oh, we get
had
back up to the
that-
front? Ring the bell.
Yes, you're in line now. I'm here. You don't need to ring
Oh,
the
I
bell.
thought that was required.
Only when I'm not at the service counter.
Oh.
Is he all right?
No. He's learning.
Oh, is he one of them ones that was damaged in the war?
Repurposed is what we like to call it.
Right. It's okay. You ring that bell as much as you'd like.
Oh shit.
It eventually wears out.
It's okay. I have another one in the back. Press the brakes. Press it too many times. Press it too hard. She says, anyways, what can I help you with again?
We still have that item
It's on
that
silent now.
we'd like to have looked at.
Yes, you need an item appraised. Okay, she says, let me write out your ticket. And she gets a piece of paper, scrawls on it, and she says, okay, here you are. She says, there's the line for the magistrate.
Another line?
Another line, yeah.
Figured.
Is there another buzzer?
No more buzzers.
Do you have...
They're all out.
Is there like how do they know what's going to be auctioned? Do they have like a display beforehand?
Yes, but it's not in this room. Like, this is where to like register or get like auction services completed. So there is an auction room in another location.
To view the stuff before it goes up.
Yes.
Do your thing with the thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be all over the place.
Won't be all over the place. I'll just find the closest one.
Yeah, but like.
Yup, it's definitely here.
Yeah.
And then you blow your charge for the day.
That's
too.
what I mean. I'm good.
Don't want to blow your wad this early.
It's very early yet.
I need a break with some orange juice.
I need clams.
That's what got him to do early.
What?
Clams. You put it in the clam.
Timestamp that. I'm pulling that for an
Oh, man.
2 hours, 22 minutes.
Holy hell.
Okay. Eventually, you wait through the rest of the line, and there's another desk with an older gentleman sitting there. He has a nameplate on his desk that says
Steve.
Dolman Hackshield.
Noman Hatshield?
Dolman Hackshield, magistrate and magic item aficionado. And he says, "Oh yes, hello.
So we were.
What can I help you with today?"
We just wanted you to look at an item, see if you could tell us some more about it, maybe what it's worth, what it could be used for, that kind of stuff.
This is standard identification.
Well, something like that.
Okay, yes, that'll be 100 gold, please.
Well, titties.
I'll hand whatever. I'll hand it.
100 gold? Okay. He says, yes, very well. May I see the item?
Can we do it in a discreet location?
Another 100.
It's not really what this is. And he kind of leans in and he says, "Made me after 5 p.m."
I want my 100 back.
Oh, he's pulling up me. Oh no.
At Barrow Nicodem.
Where the fuck is that?
Right here. In this district.
Okay.
He says that's my own personal shop.
Sounds good. Thank you.
But we can get personal.
Dun, dun, dun.
How now hand me a different item.
Oh, fuck, I guess I hand him my gun because that's the only other...
What?
He says, yes, this is
Oh, he's
Wizard
got
piece.
gun.
That's the only other thing I can...
Is this handmade yourself?
It is.
He says, this is rather impressive work. Made by... What's your last name? Do you have a last name?
I never
Tinkerer.
thought about it.
It was Tinkerer.
Made by one Tinkerer.
Tink the tiny tinkerer.
Stinker.
Teeny tiny.
he proceeds to just go over like the features of the weapon and what it can do, and he gives an estimated value of 1,500 gold pieces.
Why is he trying to auction off his gun?
He hands it back and says, "All right, thank you. Next," and just kind of pushes you guys out of the way.
Cool.
You want to auction your gun?
No, well, I'll kind of usher these, like, the party to, like, a...
Pushing!
Yeah.
Pushing! Good pushing!
Chip's confused why you... It's like...
I figured. But, I kind of usher everybody to, like, a corner of the room where it's more quiet, maybe there's less ears. Like, okay, we have to meet the magistrate at his personal business at 5 p.m. to actually get this appraised, or at least get an idea of what this item is. I didn't want to do it in front of everybody.
So you don't want to sell your gun?
No, not the slightest.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Why does he want to meet us there?
Because he has to be.
That's his shop that he wants to meet.
He has to be secure. He didn't want to whip the thing out.
I don't know who's looking for it or anything.
Apparently, he's looking for it. He knows something.
I never showed it to him. He doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, he hasn't.
So why does he want to meet us?
I asked him.
Because he asked for a secure meeting or whatever, like, instead of out...
Like a discreet
He
Instead
thing.
of out
just
at
jumped
the-
right into it, huh?
Yeah.
Assuming he's curious.
That's a level of curiosity that's unfounded, in my opinion.
So, you guys do anything in the meantime while you wait? It's still fairly early in the morning.
I'm sure I goes to see Dizzy. Did he?
Be dizzy afterwards.
Oh, did.
Okay. We do that if we want to. Again, if you are partaking with Dobby, that's hilarious because there's no effect on Rob. Anyways, you make it back to his place of business and you notice it says closed for a day. But that still makes sense with what's going on. So it's about 5:30 at night. Again, the sign says closed. What do you do?
I guess I'll knock.
Okay.
Boo.
So you knock. And nothing for a minute.
I'll hey Rob, you wanna knock on the
And then at that louder knock, you see a robed figure from behind you, from the other side of the street. Say, psst. Face concealed. Can't you see that says closed?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it there.
The sign's here. He's here.
It's much taller than I am.
And then he says, follow me. And he walks down a back side alley.
Is it him?
His face is
Make
concealed.
a
you
perception check.
Catch me outside, how about that?
He didn't tell you that? Catch him outside.
Is it a perception check?
Yeah.
15.
You can't tell.
Come back, you fat-bearded bitch!
Better run after him.
You guys are with me, right?
Yeah, we're right behind you.
Just bleeds confidence.
Right? I don't know. I guess I follow.
Okay. So you go,
So your back door deal.
and he goes behind the same building. He like goes into an alleyway behind this building, and then as he sees you follow, he kind of nods his head, opens a back door to the same exact shop.
Oh, going through the back door.
Smells like shit.
Once they're inside, you follow him in. I'm assuming
Sure.
you're closer. You can see his face. It's very clearly him.
Oh,
Does,
okay.
does the rest of the party follow?
Yeah.
Sure. We all.
Okay.
Before
All right. So he kind of peeks back out, nods, closes the door, deadbolts it, takes his hood off. He says, "Okay, now, what do you really need identified?"
Well, we were out in Nightwood, like I said, and we came across some item. I was able to identify a little bit of it, but I don't really know what it is or came from or history behind it, anything like that.
He says, very well. He says, okay, so it needs to be discreet. Discretion costs money. He says, so I'm going to need another 275 gold. He says, but I'm the best. I'll tell you what this item is, where it came from, anything else you want to know.
Do I see?
I whisper.
This
I
guy.
whisper in your ear. Go to what the other shit.
Huh?
Make sure he ain't.
Oh, this is you guys fought one vampire. Now everyone's a vampire.
Yes, I was like,
Hey, we would
the
be
whole
nervous.
town is vampires. You just didn't know.
Hey man, you don't know.
He was walking around. It was morning time.
He's all cloaked up.
Is this true? The only time you saw him outside, he was cloaked.
Well, I only have this much of the vial stuff, anyways. So you have the other stuff. I gave you the 275, I guess.
Okay.
Sucker.
All right. What do we have then?
I
Just what I've been looking for. Now die.
present the
That's what will happen.
blood venom beacon.
He pulls out
I was gonna say you don't have glasses.
He has
Shut up.
glasses, but he gets another pair. These are the magic ones.
Let me look at this even closer.
a magic glasses.
He's a Mormon.
They are now. No, they're like the glasses on fucking National
National
Treasure.
Treasure.
Oh, jeez.
Flipping back and forth. He says, yes. So ancient Gnomish in design, very interesting. He's kind of he says. You can see him concentrating, casting a spell with his hands. There's a faint light coming from his hands that get transferred into the item. And he kind of opens his eyes. He says, "So you found the other piece?"
I'm sorry?
He says, "You found the other piece." He said, "We were just auctioning the other half." He said, "Clearly, two halves to one whole, now fused." He says, "Very interesting." He says, "So, were you the group that was successful in raiding the auction house's stores? This is impressive. They didn't find out who did this."
We didn't raid any store.
How did you, one of the pieces, whether you had one piece or not, you found the other piece? How did you come across this then?
like I said, we were in the Nightwood. We came across some bandits of sorts.
Right. Yes. I understand now. This is very well. I'm assuming if you were after both pieces, clearly you knew. I mean, you know something about this artifact, right?
If we knew anything about it, we were here.
Yeah, we don't know what we have.
He says, "Wow, talk about lucky." He says, very well. He says, this is none other than the Blood Venom Beacon, which was split up, disguised as two combs, developed a long time ago by an ancient gnomish culture to find magic items that other people had invented. The gnomes would come in, use this item, steal magic items from others, sell them to other groups for a higher price. This is a thief's wet dream. This is an impressive magic item that you have here. This is the auction house would die to have this.
You're gonna kill a house.
What? Auction house. Okay.
Would die.
So, is it able to be split back up?
By someone, I'm sure.
Why would you want to?
Not by me. There was some spell that broke it a long time ago. Broke, unfused, however you want to. This is the original magic item. So there was some spell placed upon it at some point in time that split the item in two. Again, disguised each half as a comb. Pretty cleverly, if I might add.
Ask you something. You said this was sold already in the auction house? I don't understand.
No, not sold, stolen.
So somebody sold it, then
Or
why is
wanted
it so
to sell.
rare or whatever?
Perhaps I've said too much. He says, clearly, we're all here. Discretion is key. But these things can be dangerous. Dangerous in my line of work typically means expensive. I can feed you some more information for some more money.
We're humble adventurers. We don't have much more.
Then I'm afraid I don't have much more.
How much are you needing?
He says, "Oh, it's hard to remember, but for 150 gold, I could probably remember who posted this up for auction."
What? I didn't know that.
Did you say that?
Like a little under my breath.
He hears it enough. It's quiet in there. He says, "Oh, so you know? Okay, very well. Do you know why?"
No.
Make a noise go.
I know why.
How much?
150.
Fucking ass.
We're gonna have to use this thing to get some more money.
He's like, steal from that old man again. Bleed you dry.
He says, "Do you know how dangerous this is?" He says, he said I'd be hanged if I got caught doing this, especially going against the auction house that's backed by the city council. He says they would hang me for treason.
I'll give him 200 gold, but I'll also threaten him that if he doesn't tell us everything, then he won't have to worry about going to the gallows pole because we'll end him right here.
Oh, jeez.
He says, I understand who I'm dealing with, and I think that's a fair trade. He takes your 200 gold. He says, okay. He said, Ayla's been after this magic item for quite some time. As long as I've been working at this particular auction house, which has been at least 5 or 6 years, I think. He says she knew what the two halves of the comb were. I'm not sure how she found that out, but she never had any luck finding the second half of the comb. So she actually placed the item at the auction house on purpose in an effort to try to pull someone out that has the second half of the cone that would know to put them together.
So
Which
she
I
would
thought
fly.
was a poor idea in my... Anyways, because I thought for sure there's very few people that understand what one half is, let alone both of them together, what they can do.
She baited them.
So she baited them.
Yes. Or attempted at least. But so then they had both halves in the reckon with them.
Must
Yeah.
have.
I
Or
mean,
the
it was.
Nightwood, sorry.
It would. This is what we found, so I guess.
Wow, that's interesting. You said it was just a regular group of bandits.
Well, there was a strong spellcaster.
Ah. Interesting. Did you get the spellcaster's name by any chance?
Did we? I know you were.
I think we did actually.
I think we did, but
I don't remember
I
it
don't
though.
remember right
We
offhand.
let him go. You can look him up. You have his,
Yeah, I can look him up.
but you don't want to whip that out.
His name escapes me, but we have tabs on him.
For 50 gold, we'll tell you.
Now you're speaking my language.
I like you. 'Cause I'm gonna keep my 50 gold though. I don't need to know his name. I'm just very surprised that someone else knew, or at least had the potential to know. Maybe they thought they were just twin cones and worth part of a set or something. But
And accidentally put them together.
yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, what idiots would do that? That's-
Oh shit, idiots. Survivors and what?
That is odd. I mean, they're fairly precious metals, and then you could wreck the teeth if they were precious cones.
I
Either
know,
way.
like that'd be real dumb. Like, you wouldn't try that.
That was inspiration right there. I tell you.
So, I get that you can find magic items, but okay, so you just find every item that's in the auction house. Like, what's the end goal of having this?
Well, I think it means different things for different people. He says, but if you're out in the middle of nowhere, let's say, or a less prominent city, he says you'll be able to find. There's chances, in a town, you're lucky if there's one magic item. Very easy for a thief to use to procure some type of magic item or something else. It does, however, have an interesting name. I'm assuming the Blood Venom Beacon rang
Yeah, that
odd
seems
to you as well.
Yeah, of course.
He says there's rumors, whether this is true or not, that when when this magic item was created by these gnomes, that they were part of an ancient vampire cult. And there's rumors that a drop of their blood placed upon the slab in the center, you could specify which magic item you'd like to find.
With their blood or any blood?
With their blood.
A vampire's blood.
You're a
Yes.
gnome, right?
Supposedly. As far as I'm concerned, though,
You're a
it's
gnome,
just
right?
it's an edgy name they came up with
Not
that
a
are
vampire.
How do you know? Maybe you are.
that was used to describe the magic.
Just kidding.
So, with there being vampires though within the city, this doesn't seem that far off.
I suppose it doesn't.
So there's gonna be a gnome vampire running around.
He says, so there really are vampires running around the city. I heard the talkings, but I kind of brushed them off as
That guy
nothing.
wasn't a gnome, right? Or was he?
I mean, we heard
Was he?
about them.
Okay.
Town guard have been
I couldn't remember. if he
up
was
in
or
the
not.
high district, high
Court.
High court.
He says, yes, that's true. I heard the same thing. He said, I suppose that could be the case then.
Who's going vampire hunting? We are going vampire hunting.
We already did.
Who's doing it again to get some more blood? Just kidding. This is out here.
Well, do you guys have any other questions?
Not that one.
He says, well then, shakes his pouch of gold. He says, "I'll see you gentlemen out then."
One last thing.
Yes.
Sleep.
How much is this worth?
He says,
Probably priceless.
"Yes, I'd say about priceless is what it's worth, but at auction, I can't see it going as long. Given 5 or 6 days to go up, to spread the word, another 5 or 6 days for travel for that word to actually take hold, allow, like I said, traveling time from other countries." He says, 50 to 75,000 gold.
Rich, bitch.
We can retire.
Vampires are somebody else's problem.
Alright. Thank you.
No. Thank you.
I'll
pouch.
Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. You said the auction house is ran by the council, the city council?
Mm-hmm.
Why would this be treason to have this item?
No, it's for him to get money into on you.
Tell the information.
Yeah, not to have the item specifically.
To have
But
the
like,
information given.
so you're asking him, right?
Mhm.
He says, "I'm divulging people's personal information."
Oh,
This is-
I see.
But yeah, it's a big no-no.
And plus, he's making money that should have gone to them.
Yes. Couple things here that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to be.
I see. Okay.
I'll put like a little dip of crap on my finger and shake his hand.
Now his hand.
Well, dip of
Sorry.
crap.
I had a little lubrication on there.
Jesus. Anyways, good night.
He already greased the palms to get him to talk. You didn't have to do it again.
Well, guys, what do you think?
We gotta get some vampire blood.
Obviously, we need to go back to Ayla, like I said in the first place.
That baseball bat, real quick. See them knees?
Tick pulls out his gun. What the hell?
I mean, what the fuck do we do now?
Well, at least we know it's worth 7,500 gold or 75,000
1,000.
gold.
Yeah, which means that somebody's gonna really want that.
Mm-hmm.
Those somebodies are not gonna be people that we want them to have it.
Well, she wants both halves.
Well, she wanted one.
She had
Well, she
one.
had
half.
one. She wanted the other half. Is what I'm
Right.
saying.
But from the sound of it, the whole ploy was for her to end up with both halves.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because she
So,
put
I
the
bet
other
you
one up
what's
for
his
auction to see who would take it.
And the
buy it,
bandits,
whatever.
the bandits were probably the ones might have been hired from what's his nuts
Yeah.
to go steal it, and they you know.
Because he wanted her. Well, wait a minute. No, he already had. Never mind.
You call me.
Yeah.
But we need vampire blood, and we can ask what get what we actually want.
What do we want?
No, I'm just saying that's what vampire blood does. Is you can request.
Mm-hmm.
I want a bag of holding. It's 20 miles that way.
I can take a bag of holding.
You what?
Yeah, I can make bag of holding.
Oh.
It was my hobby before I started adventuring.
Shit, we could be making money that way.
I can only attune to 2 items. Or 3. I think 3.
Yeah, but you said you can make them. How do you need to?
Yeah, I'm an artificer.
I know. But how do you? We got to be attuned to
He's saying sell them.
sell them.
No,
Make
I
'em
wouldn't be
and
able to
sell
sell them, but I can make one. I can only make 2 magic items.
So you have to be attuned to whatever you make.
I don't know, but I can only have 2 items that have been made. Like, if I make a 3rd one, that other bag of holding is just going to be a regular ass bag.
Gotcha.
So you can only make one
Yeah,
at a
but
time.
what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying is,
after you sell it, who the hell cares?
Oh, I I
What
mean, I
happens
guess-
to all
to
the
a
things
tree.
inside a bag of holding when it no longer is a bag of holding?
I broke my bag.
Well, probably have to go back to her and question her why the hell she wants both pieces. The only problem is do we divulge how we even know that there's two pieces? Should we even have that on us when we talk to her?
I don't know if there's a good
Well,
route
she didn't.
here.
She didn't.
It almost feels
You really
like
gave up there, didn't
we
you?
can either
What?
talk to Ayla and end up just giving her this device, or we have to maybe run town.
I say we drop the combined combs to Dottie for safekeeping.
Dottie?
Dibby? Diddy?
Huh?
His buddy.
Oh, Snoop?
Snoop? Yeah.
Dobby.
Dizzy.
Snoop
Dobby.
Dobby
Snoop Dobby
Dizzle.
Dizzle.
Dobby
Dizzle. And then we question her.
Don't you
That way
think
it's not even honest.
is that a good idea?
I don't know. It's an idea.
I
It's
mean,
it was a good
I almost want to take the old man out because who's to say he doesn't talk to somebody else?
Jeez.
I'm here.
Shook his hand. He's not a vampire. Screw it. We're killing him anyway.
Cleaning my reaper.
Only took 5 years, but here we are, murder hobos.
That guy's like, I can retire now. I don't know. The only person that I know that knows anything is her.
Yes.
Or
I
knows
agree that she would know something about the item that she's wanting to procure. But
Now I know why she said she'll pay anything for it,
I thought she was going to pay us $1,500.
and plus whatever else we need to go get it.
Seems like chump change.
Compared to
Prepared to go and I want this item.
If you had vampire blood.
right.
Right, but I'm not saying she doesn't. I mean, I don't know.
I know somebody who does.
And or what? You're done with the whole vial that he took.
No.
Yeah.
No, he took dirt.
Well, he took blood.
Has
Also.
blood in there.
Well,
He supposedly sent it to be tested. Type thing. Whatever.
There's nothing saying that the council, the city council, aren't just
Corrupt.
all
They always are.
vampires.
all government's corrupt.
I feel like we either give the device to Ayla, get what we want out of the city, or we just leave the city.
I only got 2 more semesters for my college.
Yeah, I don't really want to just,
See you.
get out of Dodge.
So what do you want to do?
I want to question her.
Okay.
But I don't really want that on us.
What
Because
was the
it-
question around?
Because if she really wants that and it's somebody like, oh shit, she shouldn't have it, then, well,
I think it's
like
one of
we
those,
know where it is, but we're the only ones.
Well, not only ones. There's 5 of us now.
Yeah, but he thinks that we have it.
He knows we have it.
I'm confused now.
I'm confused.
We hide it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay, so let's do your plan. Where we're gonna hide this and what we're gonna ask her.
Go give it to Dizzle because he doesn't remember shit. It doesn't have anything to do with his business. Or we could just stash it somewhere in his place without him even knowing.
Yeah, but the problem is
What's the problem, John?
he could probably do the thing where you can find it, identify or find.
Is he a wizard?
Well, he might be. I don't know. I mean, he knows what we can. He did what we did, but he knows more of it.
We'll hide it at the bottom of the ocean, then. How's that?
I mean, I don't have to breathe.
Oh man.
That's what I say.
All right, let's stash it. Where we going?
Dash it. Go visit your friend.
Dizzle.
Shove it in his futon or whatever he's got.
I just tell him we need the
His
hot
beanbag. His beanbag chair.
Sure.
I guess we go see Snoop.
I don't know if we want to do that.
Put it in the beanbag next to the spool.
Let's
Use
put it in
as
like a
his
bag
coffee
and not
table.
just have it like, here's this item. Can you hold on to this for me?
I wouldn't
Like,
tell
hey.
him. I'd just hide it in his freaking face.
You're just gonna not tell
Then
him
nobody knows that it's there except for us four.
until he's like, what
It'd be
is this
obscured by
bag?
smoke, anyways.
I would let him know because our luck will go get it back and then he'll see us stealing.
Like, hey, I'm gonna leave this here for a minute. Can you?
I'll leave that up to you guys.
I don't even know if this is a good idea regardless.
What
So
could go
like,
wrong?
Then do something else. I don't care.
Well, no, we'll try it.
What could go wrong?
Worst thing that happens is we have to make new characters.
We're gonna have to do that anyway.
Yeah.
And if
Alright,
we
let's just
make
do it.
and we make new characters, and then we can at least stay at the ranch this time.
Bullshit. I'm gonna make one that's
Jamie,
refuses.
make me a
to do
wisdom
that.
saving throw.
Who?
No bag.
What is that? A 5.
Okay.
No, it's
This is
not
a perfect plan.
Uh-oh. There's somebody following us.
So we're at Snoop Dobby Dizzles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just
These are
ask him
good
to hold his
stuff.
bag.
What's that?
These are.
Can you keep this safe for us?
He says, "Oh yeah, did you bring me some good kush? Yeah."
No, not like that.
Plus 10 on all
Oh,
of them.
okay. Well, what is it? And he starts to open the bag.
It's
You
just
may
a
not
little
want to
item.
know.
Minus 10.
Well, he pulls it out. Shiny. Like puts it up his teeth. Oh, he's like vampire teeth out of the 2 times like home. Ah,
How
it's-
appropriate.
This is what is it?
Something we want to
We don't
hide.
really know, to be honest, but we don't want people we're going to be talking to find it.
People might kill for it.
Go and do.
Well, I don't want it then. Look, you babies is chill, but I ain't getting into this shit.
Yeah, I didn't think this is a good idea.
Why'd you let him open his mouth?
You're there!
Nobody else wanted to say shit.
I know, but somebody wants to kill for it.
No, we just want to go visit somebody, and they were.
You're trying to read back?
Just take it back. I'll just take it back. Never mind.
My bad.
Take the bag back.
Okay, this is by all means. Look, I'll help you guys out with whatever you need, except shit like that.
Got a hot item in a bag now. That's why I said hide it.
Okay,
You wouldn't even know.
What do you want to do with it then?
I don't have anybody else to go back to. I don't want to put it in our room. I don't want to talk to Mason about it.
Trying to think of how long this is going to take.
Invisibility.
Take it back to the ranch.
Oh boy. We are not welcome.
So whenever I finish a long rest, I can touch 2 items. I haven't used my imbues yet today. So I will change my armor imbue to make a bag of holding. I can put it in there.
Okay. So we have it in another bag now.
It's in the bag in
At
a
least
bag.
it can't be scryed on, I don't think.
It's in a bag in a bag.
That's why I don't want to leave it out of our sight anyway, because what's this nuts might be asking, trying to figure out where it is and send people for it anyway.
Who?
The guy we just talked to.
I don't think he gives a shit. He's got gold. Doesn't care. I mean, our only option is go back to Ayla. Probably.
Or go 2 days out to the woods and put it out in that abandoned.
And a bear comes along and
eats it.
You guys are still in the back room with Snoop, and you hear the doorbell of the main herbalist.
They're coming for
Someone
us.
comes in.
good.
Don't be the damn vampires. Can I take it as like a peek out the door?
Yeah, sure. You just like open it, or you try like.
Be very sneaky.
Okay.
Actually, is there a little crack at the bottom? I bet you I can see right underneath that.
Oh, now all of a sudden he's the size of a hamster.
I'll let you do that. And then all you see is 2 feet walking toward the door.
2 feet or 4 feet?
2 feet. And the door swings into your face.
Ah, that's alright.
Like a door stop right on your nose. And then it opens just enough as you bounce back and you see Ayla poke her head in. She says, "You guys really couldn't have come to me first?"
She followed us.
No, she's probably scrying on the item that we have.
Oh, that could be.
That'd be my guess.
She says, "Can I come in? I'm not going to hurt you. I can't hurt you. What is going on?"
I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
Stu's like, yeah, sure, come on in. What's it?
Yeah, Snoop does. He's like, he has no idea who this is. He's like, "Is this your friend? Yeah, come on in."
Come on in.
Do you move out of the way to like?
Yeah, I don't want you to
Okay. Holding your nose. Oh, shit.
Boy, you're a nosy broad. Just ask Tank.
She comes over to you, and she picks a marble out of your pocket. She says, "Thank you." Puts it back in her pocket.
You
She says, "I knew something
Where
was
what?
up."
What? How close was she?
Marble.
When we were walking, or when we were? When did you have me do that wisdom saving throw?
When you guys were on your way to,
Man, she's sneaky.
it'd been long enough, and you guys still hadn't delivered through. So she decided to scry you guys with something of her
I
own.
knew it. Wait, why did you have a marble over here?
She put it
Put it in
there
his pocket without him noticing.
because I roll a 5.
Loser.
Well, your passive perception failed to win.
Oh.
Failed her putting it in her
How do you know
pocket.
my passive perception?
Because I can see it.
Oh, you updated my character, you bastard.
I
You're
have
playing all
it every
along.
other time anyways.
You play this whole thing. I say that. I was just like, oh, you are sneaky.
She says, "Apparently not sneaky enough."
Yes. So, yeah, we found your comb, but we found an almost identical one too.
Yeah, I gathered that much. She says, "I've been following your trail." She says, "I just talked with the magistrate a few hours ago." She said, "Yeah, it
How much did it cost you
what do you mean?
to talk to him?
Nothing?" I'm good friends with the magistrate. She says, "Look, it's fine. You've cut out the middleman and what I was attempting to do." She says, "Even happier at this point because the other half of the comb was stolen, apparently too." She says, "And you found both of them? No big deal." She
Who are
says,
you
"This is a
trying?
win-win."
Who were you trying to draw out?
I was trying to draw out the second piece of the comb.
That's it.
Yes. I was not trying to draw anyone in particular. I don't care who had it. What I was
Well,
after was the comb.
That didn't work, did it?
I don't know, didn't it?
Oh.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Oh God, what was his name?
What?
What was
Sigmund?
Signy?
Signy had the other comb. Your next door neighbor.
She says, I just talked with the magistrate, and she said that the bandits had both of them.
Well, we weren't really completely honest with the magistrate.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
Dude's like,
So are you, apparently.
She says, well, clearly, nobody can be trusted.
That's what I've been gathering throughout all this interaction. The whole time I've been...
From the experience of my life.
Trust no one.
It just seemed like every single step we got closer to the comb, it got much more messy.
Much more dire and everything. We didn't know who to trust with this.
That's understandable. I mean, it's a pretty rare artifact.
And powerful.
Right. She says, I mean, and the shitty thing is there goes our chance with vampire blood. I mean, I didn't know Signy was a vampire anyways, but that would have been useful.
Well, what are you trying to find?
She says, you've seen what I have in my home, right? She says, I collect rare artifacts and magic items.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there was something specific.
I mean, that's what my family's made its fortune on.
Okay.
Buying, selling, and trading rare magic items.
It's how it's banking.
Banking for magic items.
So you just were using this, or wanted to use this, just to make a profit?
Yes. And preserve history, magic history.
Sold to the highest bidder.
Essentially, yes. To fund more geological, archaeological, and
Sounds like we
magical.
have a boss.
She says, I'm my own boss.
No, I meant as in someone we get paid to do her bit. She finds it, we go get it.
She says, anyways, if you're prepared to hand it over, she says, I have your 1,500 gold right here. She says, I'll throw in another 500 because you've already done the work I needed to. What was needed to fuse the two together? I still didn't know.
We don't know either.
Dumb luck. No, it's kidding.
Something happened. You said you had the two halves.
What was caught? Oh, wait a minute. What'd she say? Not how to use it and everything. Just what caused it.
How did you fuse it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Nobody? Somebody had to be there when it fused.
That's not a lie for me.
Mark that up.
I fused it.
Really? What was
cost
some
you
kind of
17?
magical incantation needed, or
It was very difficult.
70,000
It
gold
took me quite a long time of studying it and intricately putting the teeth together.
interesting? She says,
I'm like looking over her shoulder.
She says, okay, I mean, so here's your 2,000 gold. If you are ready to make the trade. The tension builds.
No, I didn't want the gold. I wanted the audience.
Oh, that's right. She says, I'm so excited I forgot about that. She said, yes, of course. Here, you guys can have the gold as well. She said again, I honestly didn't know that if this would be possible or not. She does seem genuinely excited. She says, yes, I will, I'll set up a meeting with an advisor to one of the 12. If she may not be able to get you directly to to a member of the Tower of the 12. She said, but she'll know how. She says, I'll set up a meeting with her. Her name's Dara.
Dara the Explorer.
Not just me.
She says, Dara will get you what you need. And from there, I'm sure she can get you a meeting with one of the members of the 12. Get off the artifact.
Unless I'm stopped, I guess.
Anybody stop him?
I say, how about an extra gold or an extra 1,000?
An extra gold.
I really already gave you an extra 2,000.
Extra 2,000.
Extra 2.
Yeah, because she said.
Just
or.
my portion.
Oh, was it just your portion? Okay. All right. She said I already gave you some extra.
Oh, that was for each?
No.
Wait a minute. How was the extra 2 then?
I think so. I think it was 1,500 gold, or was it 2?
I think it was 1,500 gold to bring back the comb.
And then you put your 375 toward. Okay. He put his
audience.
375 toward an audience with a member of the Tower of the 12. So she gives you 2,000 gold. So really, she gives you 875 gold extra almost. So. All right. So we'll pick up there next time.
Wow, I wasn't done negotiating.
So we got 2,000 gold split up between us, is what it is?
Sounds like it.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So 500 apiece.
Yeah,
We'll make it easy.
That's why I was like, wait.